Hello, everyone, and welcome to. Oh, where am I? Here I am. Welcome to Rally Point Live. Uh,
Good day.
Good afternoon, Total Warriors and Steve. Thank you for joining
Hello.
us.
Good afternoon.
This is our Rally Point. Oh, he's discovered the Zoom controls. This is our Rally Point. So this is a about every month stream that we're going to be doing, where we chat to you guys about what's happened during the month and some of the things that are coming up. Now, let me just get chat up so that I can see all of these lovely messages. Um, there we go. So I'm Josh, as you can see by my name there. I'm joined by Steve. You may know him as King Gobbo. I was going to ask if there's
Hello.
any like Gobbo noises you wanted to introduce yourself with, but I feel
Um.
I'm not going to do that to you. I can see the
No.
panic in your eyes. Um,
No.
Before we start getting on over here, then we are just going to recap the last few weeks of Total War, and then we're going to start talking about 6.3. So
Yeah.
we have a little presentation for them, don't we, Steve?
Yes, because we all love a PowerPoint, don't we, Josh?
We do. Steve, they don't know this is PowerPoint. This could be.
No, they do. They do.
No,
They will know. I want people to know that we stick to the basics here.
I have painstakingly tried to make sure this doesn't look like PowerPoint.
Really? Have you really?
Yeah.
What else is it going to be?
Yeah. I could have made individual OBS layouts.
No, you got to stick to the classics, mate. You stick to the classics.
So this stream we'll be talking first about this month in Total War, which Steve will be taking us through a look back, firstly through the last month, and then through, I guess, the entirety of the franchise, right, Steve?
In a way.
Then we'll have a 6.3 development showcase. We have a few developers joining us for that. So firstly, we will have Mitch, who will take us through, I think, 4 of the unusual locations we'll show off. So that's 4 out of 20, so we don't want to spoil too much. And he will also be just talking a little bit about the kind of design philosophy of these patches. So a good place to ask your questions there for kind of patching in general. And then we will have Liam joining us, and Liam will talk about firstly the Lizardmen changes, and then the Tomb King stuff. Is that
Sounds
everything
good,
accurate, Steve? And then we will cap it off
so.
with a We Reddit, where we've taken the top posts from the forums, the top posts from Reddit, and we'll give you our answers to them. I'll spoil it now. There were a lot of memes that we've had to skip through, but we've tried to find some stuff that we can kind of tackle. So some bigger questions from you guys. So without further ado, Steve, do you want to take us away with having a look back at some of the stuff we have done this month as we prepare for our showcase?
Let's do it. So, as all of you have probably noticed, we've been talking a lot about Shogun over the last couple of weeks. That is because it is the first era that we have been focused on for the Total War 25th anniversary. So yes, Total War is 25 years old. For those who don't know, it is pretty crazy to think it's that old. But yeah, Total War Shogun released in 2000. So we have started with the Shogun era. We have been pumping out a lot of content that I'm sure you've all seen. So we've had dev interviews, we've had retrospective videos, we've had live streams, including a Couch Commanders with some of the original devs.
Yep.
We had a Let's Play video that went out as well, where Will played through a campaign, which was an awesome piece of content. We've had giveaways on Discord. We've had some wallpapers, all sorts of stuff. We've just started the next era that we're going to be focusing on, which is Rome.
Yep.
So you may have noticed that we put out the 25th anniversary Rome retrospective, where some of the original devs from Rome spoke about the game and some of their processes that they went through in creating that.
Yeah, and a really interesting video, wouldn't you say, Steve? I'd say maybe the most handsome of all of the hosts for that video.
I don't know. I thought the host was a bit flat, to be honest.
Oh, really? I don't know. I thought me and my mum thought they were really, really good.
No,
so definitely worth
flat. I mean, it's not. It just wasn't me, was it? Really, that's the thing. No.
I see how it is.
Keep trying, Josh. Keep trying. We also did, as you can see here, a load of live streams, which included a mod workshop for Warhammer 3, where Tom went through some of the mods that he's currently using, which was fantastic because Tom is a bit of a powerhouse when it comes to Total War, and that was definitely interesting to watch.
Oh, it was.
And I made an appearance as well because my character, Steve Colemuncher, is in there.
A subtle reference.
It doesn't sound that good when you say it out loud, but it was in there, and I was the last man standing on their side. So there we go. Yeah, and the Eras Clash as well, which was the tournament that is currently running throughout the 25th anniversary period, which was a lot of fun. it had its teething problems during the stream, but we got there in the end, kind of kicking off the wrong polls and things like that. But these things happen.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And I think that one thing I'll highlight with the Heroes Clash, I really recommend giving it a watch for those of you who are interested in kind of the historical battle side. It's really fun to see people just having fun with builds. But also, I don't know if I called it out in the stream. Mr. Smart Donkey helped host the Shogun 2 one for us because he is like Mr. Shogun 2, right? We will be having different hosts for each one. Maybe one or two people will have a double appearance, but Jackie Fish will be the next one. So that's Rome Remastered, and then I think Lionheart or someone for after that. So we've got a few different hosts coming up. So if there's a creator who you want to see try and cast some of those games, they might be in that list.
Yeah, Mr. Smart Donkey was great as well, and you two did a great job in commentating on those
Steve.
matches. So well done. Even if you did get two of the competitors the wrong way round, but hey, the less we say about that, the better, right?
Wait, look, when two people play as Oda, all right.
It is tricky. Okay, yeah, I can understand it is tricky.
I would also call out as well that, and not just because I was there, the Total War Live Shogun 2 Couch Commanders. The knowledge from the original developers on that, like, so fascinating, some of the little tidbits. Jack, I think, spent 10-15 minutes talking about how armor works in ways that I think the community have been trying to work out for the last few years. Like, absolutely fascinating stuff. So if you're a fan of Shogun 2, the gameplay's okay, but the conversation is fantastic. So really recommend having a look at that.
Yeah, definitely, really, really good to watch those and get some little insights into the thought processes that went through the devs' heads during that time and how they approached these things and what's been done differently in games since and things like that, and how these games innovated at the time. It's really, really interesting, especially for me, who, in the grand scheme of the 25 years of Total War, is quite a newcomer to the franchise in that period.
Yeah, I did just accidentally move my mouse, so now everyone can see it was PowerPoint.
There you go. This is definitely PowerPoint. There we go. See at the bottom it says Total War Rally Point Live. You should change that to say Total War PowerPoint Live. There we go.
I've seen a few questions as well about some of the Lizardmen and Tomb King things. We will be getting to them. We have a whole large section on talking about that. Some of those questions about will this update break the save and questions like that we can throw to the devs, but I think it will be very hard for them to guarantee either one way or the other. It depends so much on what's happened within that save.
Yeah, for those as well who are waiting for that the 6.3 showcase, it is coming. We just like to start these off with a little look back at the community stuff. And
we all come together to look back, and then we look forward.
It will be there. Yeah, I'm not here for long. Don't worry. I'm going to disappear for a bit. You'll be fine. We also did screenshot showcases. Here's a few examples of some of the ones that we did for Shogun 2. There's some great ones there. Some are from cutscenes. We can understand that. Some are from gameplay. But it's always nice to see some of these players picking out some of those great shots from the game. There's another one right there. We also had the next slide, Josh, a quiz.
Yeah.
I love how I'm saying next slide now because everyone knows that it's PowerPoint.
It's the illusion's gone.
We had a quiz. You guys did great. Well done. There were a couple of questions that I think tricked some people and caught some people out, but generally the answers were all correct. Here's a few little examples here. You can see the rest on Discord. There is still a channel open, so you can go in and look at those questions and answers if you want to see that information. And additionally, little shout out to CA in general and all our colleagues here. It was 38 years of Creative Assembly on Monday, 38th birthday of the studio, which was really lovely to celebrate. And cake is always nice.
Yeah.
And of course, just a reminder at the end of all those posts, you can see there to look forward to December, where there will be more for us to talk about the what's coming in the future. Absolutely. So yeah, make sure you keep your eyes peeled there. Additionally, of course, the focus of today's stream, patch 6.3 devblog went out. If you haven't seen that yet, you can see that over in the CA community. I will pop a link to that in the chat if you have missed it at the end of my little section here. And you can go and have a little read up before Josh speaks to Mitch and Liam. And lastly, from me, you'll be happy to know, the last thing to mention is, nope, go back there, Josh.
I didn't do anything.
Do it. Go. Next slide.
This one?
On. There we go. Yeah, that's the one.
Thank you, Steve.
I'm teaching him. He's learning.
Remotely.
The Siege beta came to a close. Thank you to everyone who took part in the Siege beta. We had some really fantastic feedback. Everyone is currently going through that feedback, looking at what's going to be next for this, and we hope to say more. Actually, in regards to saying more, Josh, I believe, has a little bit of a feedback to read out on behalf of some of the devs.
I do. I'll say it's on behalf of them devs. I wrote this and checked it with them. So it's okay. If it sounds wrong, it's those are the bits that I wrote. So we just wanted to pass our thanks on to everyone who filled in the Siege beta forms and who gave their feedback on that beta. We don't right now have anything to announce in terms of actions or kind of guaranteed next steps from that, but I wanted to kind of close the loop with you guys and come back to you with a few of the elements that you highlighted to us from that beta so that you know what kinds of conversations we're going to be having over the next few months. So overall, based on the survey results, it does seem that the majority of responses saw the beta as an improvement over the live state of sieges. I'll be very clear, it didn't suddenly make things perfect, but things like the walls mattering, no pocket ladders, siege equipment having more impact, sieges overall feeling more strategic, those are threads that we've pulled out from your feedback. And I imagine many of you listening are responsible for a lot of that feedback. So I really do just want to thank everyone here again for the really thorough testing and for those of you who took your time to put your thoughts into the form. However, we did say that this is a first step for sieges, and we wanted your feedback to help inform us, not just say, oh, these are the really good things. So we did see common themes for improvement around some aspects, such as gate mechanics, which had a lot of different opinions. From reducing damage sources, making a gate breaker trait, to manual gate buttons. Discussions around siege attackers. The one thing I think can confirm, I've been told by several sources, is Scarbrand will have siege attacker again in the next variant, and that we'll be taking a longer look at siege attacker in general and how that kind of interacts. Buildables saw a lot of debate around if they should be placed during deployment only, and there were some calls for equipment like towers and rams to be buffed. AI was mentioned a fair few times, and that was particularly in regard to how they use equipment and to pathfinding. Lots of calls for more maps or changes to existing maps to better suit the new version of sieges that the beta showed. And discussion, I think, from people who particularly were campaign orientated around attrition. So what the grace period should be for attackers. Those are some of the common threads that we've been able to pull out of your feedback. We are discussing and evaluating those points and many, many more. Those were just kind of some of the common threads, but there was so much else put in there. So we can't push the base changes live from that beta until we at least have non-placeholder ladder models. But there are some other bits as well that would have to be done. When we've got those next steps ready, we will update you with what is going to go live or going to go in another beta. For now, we have everything that we need to go away and have those discussions. And when we've had them, we will come back to you with further thoughts on that feedback. But I just wanted to rest some concerns that there would be absolutely no changes to the live game until we're finished with 10 betas or whatever it was, or until sieges are absolutely perfect. So that's not the case.
Exactly.
We'll look at what can be safely integrated while we continue to iterate.
Yeah, like we've said as well in our blogs, when we put out these blogs, we mentioned that we will not push any of these changes live until the player base is happy with them, right?
And
so
okay.
Yeah, if you didn't I was just going to say, if you didn't enjoy the beta or there were elements of it you think it still needed a lot of work, don't panic. We're not just going to push it live as is. If you really liked what was in there and you provided your feedback to let us know that, we will continue to iterate on this and keep those things that we know the players liked. And then once we've got it to a stage that we're happy, that's when you guys can expect to see some of these changes roll out to the live game. But we will keep you guys posted on all of that and where we're at and what's coming next.
Someone said, remember about units with special features to get past walls like ghosts and spiders. I think that was something that was brought up during the stream of like, that kind of stuff is fantastic. That's more of an addition to the core experience. So the focus is, let's get the core experience right, and then we'll see what kind of fun things we can do with it.
I remember them saying that sort of stuff's really tricky because it's kind of real core changes to how these things currently work. So it's a lot more work than working with what we've already got. But those are things that we would love to be able to do. So they will always be looking at opportunities like that should they arise, for us to be able to look into those things.
And I also wanted to give a heads up that the current plan, which could change, but I just wanted to highlight the current plan is that the next Proving Grounds is not siege focused. But when you see that doesn't mean we've stopped on this. That work is still going on. And I think that is everything I have for the siege beta. I know we were going to cover this a little bit in the We Reddit, Steve, but I've seen quite a few people asking about the What Next video and if that's still coming this month. Do you have the lowdown on that?
The What's Next video is due to come this month. Yes. it will be very soon.
Cool.
Let's just say. It's. I think we're
Well,
we're looking at
if it's this month,
sometime
that
next.
is going to be very soon, isn't it?
Yeah. It's essentially our focus at the moment is 6.3.
Yeah.
As soon as 6.3 is out there, the next thing that you can expect to see is the next what's next.
And we
what's next.
there was a there's one of the questions from the forums about it, so we had a little bit more answer at the end. So we borrowed from that, but we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
that's my 15 minutes up. I'm afraid.
Oh,
my
bang on 15 minutes as
done.
well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
So thanks for those who have been patient and have listened to me. For those of you who have been looking forward to the patch showcase, which I know that some of you really want to see, I'm gonna go now for a bit. I'll be in chat hanging out. Yeah. But I'll be back later for a little bit of a wee Reddit session where we look at some of your posts and things like that. So
thank you very much, Steve.
I guess in the meantime, have fun.
See you on the other side.
I'll see you on the other side. Bye.
Cool. Well, Mitch, our very first guest. Is he still there? He is. Thank God. All right. I'm going to shuffle us over onto studio mode. Goodbye, Steve. We're going to watch Mitch try and shuffle onto a sofa live as we get ready to show off the very first part of 6.3. I'm going to take these headphones off. I don't need them anymore. Mitch.
Hello.
Welcome to the stream.
Thank you.
It's so much louder without headphones on, honestly. So let me throw us into studio camera just so we can talk a little bit about who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you,
Good question.
and what do you do here?
Yeah, deep question is like, who am I?
That's what we hit you with on Rally Point Live.
Yeah, so I am a designer at Creative Assembly, and yeah, particularly a Warhammer designer.
Yep.
So yeah, bit of history from me. I started on the Attila DLCs, and then I joined the Warhammer DLC team, and then I worked on every single DLC for Warhammer all the way up to Immortal Empires. I then went and worked on another project for a bit, but I came back to Warhammer as of patch.
Your true love.
Yeah, my true love. Couldn't stay away. As of patch 5.2, and then yeah, I've been back then primarily with a focus on the patches for the games.
Yep.
And yeah, essentially fixing up, aspects of Warhammer, and trying to improve things.
Fantastic. Mitch, I am going to reach over you to try and turn some volume up. All right, so that might be too loud. So chat will tell us if that is too loud, but feel free, Mitch, to say a couple of words.
Am I too loud? That's a good question.
I think as well the microphone is relatively far away from you. So we had this set up for Tom Phillips, who was very close to the keyboard to play his absolute best. But we're going to start showing off some of the build, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Mitch, what did you work on in? Let's go to this build. What did you work on in 6.3?
Yeah, so 6.3 was a little bit unusual in unusual locations. There's an accidental pun.
There you go.
But no, 6.3 was a little bit unusual in that normally the two chaps that are the primary developers on the patch are myself and William Hackstead, who you will probably know from the dev blogs. He's written a couple of those. However, for as people will be aware, the next DLC, we did push the date of that back a little bit. So me and Will went and helped out on that DLC for a little bit, and that kind of at the same time 6.3 was kind of at its inception phase. It's the same time that me and Will were then sent off to go and help on the DLC. So we kind of asked ourselves, okay, we still want to do a patch, we still want 6.3 to come out, but what can we achieve now that kind of me and Will won't have our full capacity on the patch? So cue Liam, who you'll meet in a little bit. He offered his help to help fix up parts of the game, which he'll talk about, and that kind of for us formed like the largest part of the patch, 6.3. But me and Will did want to still do some stuff, so I think Will did things like skill updates and some trait updates and a little bit of other things. And one of the things that I've really kind of wanted to work on for a while now was an additional batch of unusual locations.
Yep.
So yeah, that was the first time I came back to Warhammer, was on patch 5.2, and that was one of the new features that I introduced to the game alongside, I think it was the deeps and the cult rework. Unusual locations was the other feature that I added in that patch, and we kind of saw a real positive response to that. People really liked it, which was really great. But one of the things we did see was that players wanted more of them. They not only wanted more of them, but they kind of, as was the intent of the first batch, but they were kind of focused on the old world. They were focused on kind of the, air quotes, good factions.
Yeah.
So they wanted this feature more accessible and more available to all the factions in the game. So that was kind of been something that's been in the back of my mind. Now 6.3 turned to be a good point at which I could kind of add a second batch of these locations.
Yeah.
So that's what we've done, and this time around I've tried to focus on making them much more accessible worldwide. No matter who you play as, you can experience these now.
Yep.
And that's also true of the previous ones. I've kind of gone back, taken a look at some of those old locations, and kind of asked, okay, can these be like a little bit more available to different factions where lore appropriate?
Yeah.
And I've done that as well. So yeah, in 6.3, 20 new unusual locations. That's my my addition to this patch.
And we've got 4 of them here. Would you say these are your favorite 4, or just a random selection of 4?
So I will say this. So with the unusual locations in 6.3, some of them are a little bit crazy.
Okay.
Just putting that out there.
Is there one of the crazy ones here?
So one of the crazier ones is here. Actually, not even that many people internally have seen this one yet.
Oh, wow.
It's just been something I've been working on.
This might be them discovering it.
Yeah, and I've been sending kind of messages to Liam, actually, just telling him, like, I've done this crazy thing. I don't know what people are going to think of it. But, yeah, so one of them's a little bit crazy. That one's in Altdorf, so we'll look at that one last, I think.
Yeah, Carl Franz had a hell of a turn 1. Woken up, found that all of his provinces.
We should say this is a complete debug save that I've generated just for this stream. So we're turn 1 here, and I've spawned in 4 of the locations just so we can look at them. Obviously, this isn't representative of a Carl Franz campaign when you load it up.
Well, where do you want to start with? So we can chat through a few of these, some of the designs of them. I've seen a lot of people in chat saying how much they really enjoy the unusual locations as well, that they just add a nice Warhammer flavored fun with it. So I'm sure they're going to see a few more of that here. We can go from right to left if you desire.
Yeah, I can't even remember where I put them, but yeah, let's have a look at them. So this one is the Covenant of the Crimson Plague. So a lot of the unusual locations that I've added this time around are kind of cult focused.
Yeah.
They are essentially chaos aligned cults, and they are trade-off focused, right? So here's a big benefit, but are you actually willing to keep this cult in your lands, right? Like, as you would imagine from apparently I cannot hear a thing.
You might want to move forward. I'm just going to turn you up a tiny bit more. Okay, we move forward a tiny bit and we're good.
Okay, good. I'll lean in a little bit. But yeah, essentially these are, if you get one of these chaos cults, they are trade-off focused. Like, are you willing to keep this cult in your lands, as you would imagine from a chaos cult?
Yeah.
They're not just purely good things. They are pretty awful things to have in your lands, if you're willing to deal with them.
Yeah.
So this one is a Covenant laboratory. It is essentially a plague laboratory from the Covenant of the Crimson Plague. The Covenant of the Crimson Plague is a Nurgle cult. And as you can imagine...
Oh, I just saw the 0.01% chance.
So like I said, I'll admit, some of these I've gone a little bit crazy. Okay. Like, part of my design intent for kind of these locations has always been, like, giving you something that you didn't expect.
Yep.
And if you are the kind of player that's like, maybe you've spent 50 turns of just conquering territory, and now you're kind of looking for something new and interesting and exciting, and like, I won't swear, but like holy moly moments, right? Like that's kind of part of what I would really like the unusual locations to become, is just like these things to pop up and you're like, whoa. So you can see from this one, right? You get a lot of benefits, and these are some quite strong benefits, right? Some big casualty replenishment rate, allows you to replenish even in foreign territory. Complete immunity to all non-plague attrition. Like these are powerful effects, but you do then have to deal with the trade-off of this chaos cult, which is in some cases a pretty big trade-off.
Those are really powerful effects as well.
Yeah. So yeah, you can get the Crimson Plague essentially. There's a moderate chance of it appearing just in this region.
Yep.
There's a small chance of it appearing in your faction.
Right.
And if you hover over the little eye icon on
is that going to tell us what the devastating?
It'll basically give you a little bit of a blurb. And we should say all of the text, all of the effects is all placeholder as you see them at the moment. We haven't gone through the final edit or balancing pass yet, so do bear that in mind. But essentially, yeah, this is, if you are unlucky enough to get this,
Yep.
1 in a million chance, you can have a plague that might destroy the world. So it's up to you. Do you want to take the risk? Do you want those nice juicy effects?
I don't know. I think I kind of do. Like that replenishment rate for all region owner armies is really tasty.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about the next one?
Yeah.
I mean, I actually got lost reading the flavor text, so I don't know if you were
No, it's
prompting me
okay.
to move on.
We'll let people, they can pause and
They
read
can.
afterwards, right?
All right, hold on. Let me get rid of this one first.
So the other thing, yeah, you can get rid of these locations,
Yeah.
right? If you see that and you're like, I don't want to deal with that, then obviously you can get rid of these locations. It just costs you a varying amount of gold. Some of them
Yeah.
cost a lot, some of them not too much.
Oh my gosh. Okay, do you want to talk us through a dark gift?
Dark gift.
This really does seem like a double-edged sword, doesn't it?
It is a double-edged. It's exactly that. That's a good way to put it. So essentially, right, often what the Chaos Gods do is they try and further their aims, and they might do that by offering you things,
Yep.
but things that in their own way will further their aims, right? So that's kind of the gist of this one. It's called a dark gift. It's an ancient chaos shrine that you will, at some point maybe find in your lands, and it can give you some really hefty bonuses for all of the units that are recruited in this province.
Yep.
So these are permanent stat buffs. So if you recruit a spearman, they'll have all of these,
Yep.
Even if you leave the territory, and it's only for units recruited in this territory. However, every time you recruit a unit in
that
this
is
province,
insane. I originally thought that was every turn. Every time a unit recruited is insane.
well, so it's only for that specific unit, to
Right.
be clear.
Yeah.
So that specific unit you recruit in this province will get plus 20% melee attack and
Yep.
some extra armor and so on, and they'll take that with them then wherever they go.
Yep.
However, every time a unit is recruited in
Yeah.
this province, there is a chance to, as I said, further the aims of the Chaos Gods,
Yep.
right? And the trade-off you're making here, the big risk is that you could be massively empowering one of the chaos-aligned legendary lords that are
Yep.
doing their thing in the world, right? So there's a 5% chance of a chaos-aligned legendary lord getting
Yep.
big rank up, 10 ranks. There's a chance of him having his entire army get massive experience.
Yep.
Or there's a chance that a random province in the world will get maximum chaos corruption.
I'm assuming those are 3 different 5% chances.
They are. So each one is individual.
Is there a chance all 3 happen?
There is, yeah.
Oof.
I'm sure some maths guy in the chat can figure out what the chance of 5% chances is. But yeah, so obviously maybe, again, risk reward, right? Maybe none of these 5% chances hit.
Yeah.
Or maybe they do and you just don't encounter any of the chaos guys.
Yep.
But are you willing to take the risk that maybe
Yeah.
that chaos guy eventually shows up in your territory, right?
Well, I mean, I saw someone as well say, if you kill all the Chaos factions, it won't do anything. I feel like if you've managed to kill all the Chaos factions, you don't need 10% melee defense bonus at that point.
At that point,
You've
you're
done pretty well.
Exactly. So yeah, that's a bit of a funny one. Again, another trade-off. I think I might have put all of the chaos ones in this.
Okay.
Save. So this one, actually, skip to the next one.
Okay, is this the big one?
That's
that you
the
wanna...
crazy one.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's have a look.
This one is equally as crazy, but in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is the Purple Hand, which is a chaos cult of Tzeentch.
Yep.
And obviously, Tzeentch is all about tricks and kind of plans and scheming and so on. And again, there's a similar kind of trade-off situation going on here with this chaos cult. So this Purple Hand, they're all about sort of long-term crazy schemes and plans. And they show up in your territory, and essentially what they're offering you is, here's all of these really powerful bonuses. Again, but you need to decide, are you willing to essentially keep this cult to get those bonuses? What this specific Purple Hand cult wants to do is they want essentially this safe house to be their kind of key location from which they can spread. They need just one. They need a hub basically from where they can expand into the world. That's kind of the proposition that they're putting to you. Let us stay so that we can spread into the world. So as you can see, they've got, depending on the corruption in the region, they've got a chance to spread to another region in the world. And I kind of, you can see at the top of the building, once they have spread to 9 locations, then they will leave. That's their promise to you.
Yep.
That look, just let us stay here for long enough to spread ourselves to 9 locations, and then we'll leave.
Yep.
And then you just get all of these benefits. Now, obviously, one of the things that I like to design these unusual locations for is that they're not always completely obvious as to exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, what the end goal is.
So I'm kind of going to leave it there.
Okay.
Are you willing to leave a Tzeentch cult who is planning and scheming in your lands, allowing them to spread, and in return getting these benefits?
A clearly benevolent, all helpful Tzeentch.
Yeah, it's just a Tzeentch, right?
Exactly.
Like he never does anything bad at all. So
the plan is to help everyone, right?
Yeah.
I see as well that there's a little bit of there is a lack of game audio. I will have to tinker and fix that in between Mitch and Liam, but we should be able to get that fixed. But we don't need it for this.
No, there's no
unless these suddenly make a lot of noise.
No, they don't. There's no relevant audio, so it's not important.
Are you ready for your favorite then?
Yeah.
Would you call this your favorite?
It is kind of my favorite, yeah, just because it's something we've not done before.
Yep.
It's a little bit. It's got one weird quirk. So this is the Cabal. This is again another Tzeentch cult.
Whoa, this is really interesting.
This is weird. This is in some ways strange and things that we've not done before. So this is a Tzeentch cult who, similar to the Purple Hand, will show up in one of your regions, and they have a proposition for you. Their proposition is, we need you to achieve these goals for us. And in doing so, you will allow us to kind of empower ourselves. And that's kind of the proposition they make to you. The Cabal is probably the most powerful of all Chaos cults.
Okay.
That's the important thing to remember, know for this one. So just to take a step back for a second, when I design these unusual locations, what I do is I scour the entire Warhammer lore.
Yep.
And I try to find kind of just these good starting points, these interesting cults or just interesting locations, wherever they are. And then I try to generate something interesting off of that.
Yep.
So the cult of the Cabal, I kind of read about them, read that they were the most powerful Chaos cult, and I wanted to do something that really made them feel the most powerful. And so they have some of the most powerful effects that you can get maybe anywhere in the game, to be honest. But you do need to power them up. And to power them up, you can see there, it says, if a character ends turn in this region with 20 or more Legendary Lord defeat traits, the cult for this campaign will disappear.
Yep.
However, the Cabal in future campaigns will be more powerful.
Right.
So this is the first time we've ever done something that's kind of a little bit breaking the fourth wall, kind of a little bit of a meta layer across campaigns. So kind of what your decision needs to be here is, do I want to empower the cult in this campaign and future campaigns to get benefits if they appear in even subsequent campaigns? That's kind of the proposition of this cult. Yep.
Is that always the same kind of objective? You're always getting the character with 20 or more Legendary Lord defeats?
So they do sometimes differ in their objectives. Sometimes you need to get some money for them. Sometimes it's Lord defeat traits. Sometimes it's gathering a number of regions for them.
Yep.
So this will be tracked across all your campaigns. The cult will eventually power itself up. As you can see, it starts at just 10% power level.
Yep.
There's a little bit of a text issue here, but 3 you can imagine is 30%.
Yep.
And so on. So again, it's a little bit work in progress. But eventually, the more powerful the cult becomes, the more of these effects you're going to unlock and will be available to you.
Yep.
And they are, you're going to need to put a lot of effort in over quite a long time to unlock these things.
Yeah.
And you do need the cult to still show up in future campaigns.
Yep. And for you to not choose to dismantle them.
Yeah, and obviously don't get rid of them as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you don't want to deal with them, get rid of them.
Yep.
This is kind of the player choice, right? This is essentially, most of this is optional content.
Yeah.
So
would you say the drawback, so people try to find what that would be, the drawback here is that you effectively then changed your campaign to play in a certain way to suit them, right? So you're now if this was my campaign and I got this turn 1 as Karl Franz, I'm now gone, okay, I'm going to do this. That means now Karl Franz has to go and hunt down 20 Legendary Lords, and that's now my campaign.
Yeah.
So that's the trade-off, is you're serving them.
Yeah, it's you need to go and achieve their goals, right?
Yep.
Obviously it's a little bit abstract. Why do they need this? You don't really need to know, right? They just want to be empowered and to do that, you need to achieve the goals that they set out for you. And I will say again, without spoiling too much, with especially these Zinj cults, not everything is as it seems.
Yeah.
This one does have more to it than meets the eye.
Oh, fantastic. I look forward to people discovering what that is. I'm assuming that will be some sort of, again, benevolent help from Zinj. I did have a couple of questions for you, if that's all right.
Yeah.
So a few questions about Nurgle, asking if we can get if you can get the Plague one as a Nurgle faction. I think it was this one, right? And if it would have the same effects.
Yeah, so Nurgle is the only one that can't get the Nurgle cult. So that's generally the rule of thumb. If if you are like playing as Nurgle, you can't really get the Nurgle minor cult.
Yeah.
But everyone else can. If you're Zinj, you can't really get the Zinj cults, but everyone else can.
Yep.
I know some people would like you to be able to do that, but just I think for like a little bit of thematic sense and also just like gameplay reasons, that's kind of one of the limitations that we put on it.
Yep. Another one then about the Purple Hand, which was this one, right?
Yeah.
Asking if you have 2 locations with Purple Hand in your territory, do the bonuses stack?
So the locations that they try to spread are essentially a different location to this.
Okay.
So we can't see that in this campaign, but it will be just a different location.
Okay.
So you won't get the effects that you've seen here. So you don't stack those 9 times. That would be a bit insane.
Right. So I couldn't get the Purple Hand in another one of my...
It's up to them. So I think if you... Where's the... So if you hover over that top effect... Okay, so it's not that one. Anyway, somewhere, I can't remember where, but it does essentially explain to you that where this cult spreads to is up to them.
Okay.
So
that
could be your lands.
That's good to know. Can the AI get unusual locations?
No. So that's one thing that's never been true for the unusual locations is the AI can't get them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a number of reasons for that. Some of them technical, some of them gameplay balancing. I think if you consider things like the plague one, right? You don't want the AI to have it and then, there's a plague from somewhere you don't know where, you had no control over it, no ability to stop it.
Yep.
So that's just generally one of the limitations we've always wanted to put on this feature is player only.
Yep. Someone was asking if it's possible to turn off any specific unusual locations for things like multiplayer campaigns.
That's a good question. So can we exit to the main menu?
Of course we can.
So previously we've not done that. We've not allowed you to turn them off. Our kind of philosophy was just delete them, destroy them if they appear and you don't want to deal with them. However, because some of these cults are now getting pretty crazy, I have added front end settings.
Would that be in new
So
campaign?
if you go new and then just go Immortal Empires and then Empire will do. Just click the Empire.
Oh yeah.
And then go down to the settings. So if you scroll down now, I think they should be in this build. They are, yeah. So you can see the unusual locations.
So some of the very crazy ones.
So some of the most crazy, potentially / annoying.
Yep.
I just don't want to deal with this in future campaigns. You can now just turn them off.
Okay. And some interesting ones there for that people will be able to discover themselves, I see.
Yeah.
Some of the ones we haven't quite revealed yet. So there's 16 more unusual locations coming in the patch?
Yeah. So in the dev blog, I think we released the names of them, but no details. But we will be providing you a bit more information. Fantastic.
Well, I'm just going to have a quick look at the chat, but that has, I believe, filled an entire 20 minutes for us.
Wow.
I'm just looking through those 4. Some really good stuff there. A lot of people really enjoying the addition to them. So thank you so much for your work on it. But I believe that is our slot. So thank you very much, Mitch.
Thank you.
I've got your name halfway on my mouth there. So thank you very much, Mitch. Everyone say thank you very much, Mitch, for taking us through that and showing us all of those unusual locations. And we are going to swap over to our next guest. Mitch, I'm afraid you might just have to shuffle off the couch. I don't think I have a way to just make it me.
Right. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Mitch. Right. Just as we get... sorry, Steve. I think you may have just been revealed to the world there. Just as we get ready, I am going to swap over some names and get us ready for the next section. So we are going to be just 2 minutes, and then we'll be back. Feel free to come on in. Hello, and welcome back. Hopefully we're back live again. Unfortunately, it looks like the software that we use to capture our game audio has had an update 5 minutes after the stream started, and I cannot get that downloaded while we're streaming. So we may have no game audio for the 6.3 showcase, but at least we'll have the fantastic visuals. I guess that means Throg's new voice will be muted for the stream at least. We'll see what we can do midstream to fix that. So, Liam, welcome to the stream. This is your first ever stream. Is it your first ever stream ever?
This side, yeah, not watching.
Not watching.
I've watched plenty.
Then, would you care to tell people just a little bit about who you are and what you've worked on in the patch?
I'm Liam. I'm 27. So I'm in the live QA team. So we deal mostly in bugs, both looking at them, logging them, sometimes fixing them, sometimes delivering the bad news that it isn't a bug.
Yep.
It's intentional. I'm sorry.
So they'll have seen you around the forums, right?
Yeah. Normally the bearer of bad news.
Yep. But not today.
No. Today is. I don't want to say good news only, but it is predominantly good news. So yeah, I've been on the forums on the old ones as well.
Yep.
And on my personal account for a decade. So
fantastic. Well, we're speaking of the forums. Before we jump into the build, we just wanted to address some of the questions that we saw and reactions to the dev blog. Overall, very, very positive reaction. I think a lot of people talking about Alberic and the voice lines there. I think there was a little bit of confusion about that as well. It's the I'm going to maybe butcher this information, but I believe it's that Alberic and the generic Bretonnian Lord had the same voice actor, so they've swapped it out.
Yeah,
so
at the moment they do. So now Alberic will have his own, and then there will be the Bretonnian Lord that will have his own.
So, had a few questions here. Pick one from the forums and a couple of the most upvoted things from Reddit. So, the first question was, a lot of the update looks great. As a Lizardmen fan, I was looking forward to that part specifically. It seems they left the geomantic web as it was. We did talk about this a few weeks ago, and we tried to poke on it a bit. But the geomantic web isn't part of this update. Is that right?
Yeah, it's not, sadly. There were some initial things maybe looking into it, but it was kind of half-baked.
Yeah.
And I think we definitely want to make sure when we do it properly to make sure it gets the proper attention it needs.
Yep.
So it's not in here. So more of the everything else kind of stuff was at least touched. Everything else was at least touched.
Yep.
Whether there was massive changes or not, it depends on the area.
Yep. That is good to know. And we'll be seeing some of that later, won't we?
Yeah, plenty of.
So another person talking about the Tomb Kings this time. It's nice to see the ability to confederate other Tomb Kings legendary lord. Also nice to see that Cetra does not serve.
Yeah, no, he serves people up, but he doesn't serve.
But when I tell him to go somewhere, he does it. So.
But you ask him.
Oh, right.
He doesn't serve you. If anything, you're serving him.
There we go. And the last question for the Books of Nagash, are those updates also applied for Volkmar and Manfred?
So Volkmar and Manfred got number nudging, where the effects were kind of just generally increased across the board, or at least tweaked a little bit. Manfred has one that has been moved. Volkmar hasn't had any that are touched because he gets specific things in addition to effects. Like he gets for closing the book, he actually gets items, so it's a bit more in depth. So once this comes out, we can look at feedback and then see if anything else needs to be done for either of those.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to jump into the game. I'm first going to stick us on studio camera just so I can boot us up in the background. We're going to be starting off with the Lizardmen, is that right?
Yeah, we'll go into a skirmish battle to show off some of the very, very, very cool things we've been doing with faction tinting.
There we go. And look, we're now a little bit higher. I've been told that we've been continually slipping underneath our own name
quality
tags.
Or physical camera?
Do you know what? A little bit of all.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to boot onto this battle. Hopefully this battle has stayed where it was.
It should. If you've got an army set up, we could just quickly double check. It should have done.
Yep.
Yeah, we should be good.
Okay.
Can we change the map?
Of course we can.
Sorry, I should have probably
do you have a favourite map?
Crossroads. This is where I spend a lot of my time when I'm looking at stuff in battle to test. It's
the
flat.
multiplayer one, is that why?
Yep, it's
Okay.
flat.
So what are we going to be looking at here?
So this is going to be for faction tinting. Ever since, well, actually even before I joined, back in Warhammer 2, when we did Lizardmen, loads of the dinosaurs didn't have faction tinting.
Yep.
Now, I know a lot of people who use auto-resolve or don't necessarily care that much about it, but it is a massive thing to have for factions, and almost every faction has a tint on pretty much all the units, but cool dinosaurs didn't have tinting. It's like, no, I want to see a dinosaur.
The buckets of paint that's been thrown on them.
Oh, no, it's magic. It's actually magic. The work that the art team have done,
do we want to have a look?
Phenomenal.
Yes. You've got me very excited. Should we start the battle?
Yeah, we're up against Alberic and all of his peasants.
All of his friends.
So we'll see.
Just having a look to see if there's anything in the chat. People have spotted the username for my streaming account is CA_CA.
The original,
which
the
is,
CA.
The one account with every Total War, future, past, in the middle.
Yeah, there you go. Whoa, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Right. Obviously, that's because everything is spawned next to each other. So, John, move your things just slightly to the.
We can go back
to the side. And what we can do is if you select just one unit, like we'll start with the Stegodon probably. Yeah, just start with this one. And if you look here, instead of tinting the whole thing over, what we've done is we've tinted the pattern that's on it.
Okay.
And then on the back. So you can see it's got that really cool pattern on the front. And on the back, it's got the kind of carapace and a bit of the other things there. Yep. So on the front, it's got a really pretty headdress. It looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
That
is really cool.
I didn't even imagine it would be this. When I originally was like, oh, can we please do this? And I was told yes.
Yeah.
I lost my mind. And then I thought, oh, it's just going to be yellow, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I saw the pattern, and it is, it's better than I ever could have hoped for. Yep. Art team, big props.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so that's the Stegodon for this faction.
Should we have a look at another Stegodon?
Yeah, we'll go to another one that isn't yours. i.e. not yellow. So we'll go to this one. Here we go. And this has got a different pattern on because it's slightly different Stegodon.
Yep.
But this one is a different colour. The skinks on top also already get tinted by faction colour.
Yep.
So it really actually does show what faction you're going up against when you play, because a lot of the problem is there's so many Lizardmen factions, major and minor, but they were all the same.
Yep.
To kind of play against.
Yeah.
This adds a bit of difference. So this is pretty cool. It's a really, really deep black. Yep. It will look a bit slightly odd on some units, but it really, when you've got armor on and like more decals, it looks so good. And everyone uses dark mode anyway, don't they? So
yeah,
I know you can say it. You're excited.
You're excited. I don't know if I said this at the stream. I've not had the time to boot this build up at all. So you are my tour guide for all of this. So I've not seen any of this for myself either.
Oh no! All right, okay. So that's the Stegodon. To the right, you've got the Carnosaur.
Oh yeah, I'm too excited by the dress.
Here we go, guys.
Okay.
We're gonna get there. Now, one of the important things is we chose not to do feral.
Yeah, I think I saw someone asking that in the chat.
Yeah,
as well.
It's essentially
which makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, because they're just wild. I mean, you could argue that they'll all be individual colours, but that would be a bit outside the realms of this for us to do, and it would, for the end result, it wouldn't yield that much. So the mount version of the Carnosaur and non-ferals is what we've gone with. So
brilliant.
So they look brilliant. Now you can't have dinosaurs without having the Dreadsaurian.
Yep.
So here we go.
I think that's the scariest looking one. Oh, he's camera shy as well.
Now, so basically this is great. Now I know it looks so black. Yeah. And basically the tinting, you can set a brightness on it, i.e. how much of the faction tint comes through. Yep. And when I spoke to Naomi when we spoke about this originally, how much tinting we want to come through, and a lot of the feedback that we've had over the years, and I've unfortunately had to tell people in the past,
Yeah.
sorry, this isn't getting done because it needs new work essentially.
Yeah.
We want to make it show really bright,
Yep.
proper pop through. So it does mean we have
you've gone
something cool
quite
back.
hard on it.
And it is a
So-
contrast. It looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
So
Well, especially when you'd have, this guy sat next to it.
yeah, and some factions obviously will be a bit green or a bit more what you would call a typical dinosaur,
Yep.
but that is their tint.
Yep.
Everyone now has a relatively unique thing.
Yep.
Now, one thing I do want to highlight is the faction you're playing at the moment is Cult of Sotek. Now, some players don't like the fact that they were yellow.
Yep.
Some wanted more of a black feel, like the colours inverted on
Yep.
them. But we decided that based off of the majority of feedback being, oh, why can't it just be like it was in Warhammer 2,
Yep.
where it was more green
Yep.
rather than yellow for the actual Saurus units. We edited the mask on that, so we've gone back and edited something that was older
Okay.
and kind of brought it back into
Yep.
in here in Warhammer 3. So if you want to go to one of your Saurus units, it'll not look like a carbon copy of Warhammer 2,
Yeah.
obviously.
Have I got it? There's a
But,
Brontosaurus.
The green shows up far more.
Yep.
So they used in the live game, there's blue bits around because it wasn't all being tinted.
Yep.
That it wasn't fully coming through. This is more akin to what it was like in Warhammer 2.
Yep.
And more, I don't want to say realistic because it's fantasy, obviously.
Yep.
But you're not really going to have bits of blue on your leg.
Yeah, I get you.
And scales and the rest of it be green. So pretty much everything tinting wise.
Someone was
It's had a
asking if we
massive
could
effect.
show just next to each other the dramatic difference, I think, between the two tints.
Yeah. So there's those two. I think you have another one in game as well. I'm not
Yep.
sure what colour
I don't know if
that'll
I'm going
be.
to win this battle, though. This looks pretty... oh,
Well, against peasants.
I know,
You can't win against peasants. I mean, I've seen your Chaos
This is-
Dwarf battle,
hey,
but this
hey,
is...
my Chaos Dwarf battles were done under duress, okay?
Yeah, so if you want to just try and find the other Dreadsaurian,
Oh, of course.
well, your one's next to it, so it'll be the other one, won't it? I think. So that's the Hexoatl.
So it's kind of a less dramatic version.
Yeah, so it'll be some of them are grey. So Hexoatls is largely
Yep.
more grey, so their units will be less blue.
Yep.
And they'll be far more grey. And then you've got Pahoax, which is more black.
Yep.
And that will come through. And that's on across the board. Faction colours of everything in the faction.
Are you all right for me to start this battle and see?
I want
bit
to
more
see
colour?
if you can win it, to be honest.
I mean,
yeah.
it's, so what we're hoping to show is the blood splatters, right? Unfortunately, the builds we've always used for streaming have never had blood enabled. I think we've managed to turn it on for this.
Do you want to check?
No, it's too late now. I've started the battle and the peasants are charging. So we're hoping what we'll be able to see is firstly blood.
These poor peasants.
And
have
if
just
we
been
don't,
sent
we're
in.
just going to go straight
Oh,
into the
I think
campaign.
I saw some blood.
Hey, look at that!
This poor peasant. has
I
been-
was told, we can maybe enable blood, just don't focus on it. And here's us going, whoa, look at the blood! It's like,
Right, remember, guys, we're not focusing on it.
Yeah,
What's
it's-
happening on the screen?
exactly.
It's just happening.
Everyone look away.
Here we go.
So do you
here
know
we
how
go.
we trigger a... Oh, wow. How we trigger a blood spatter?
It should just be when you get close enough to the actual blood. It should splatter on the screen.
Okay, well, we'll-
Again, this is in development.
Yeah.
Still, so it might...
We'll also have to check that we've actually turned it on in the settings. But that's been
There
taken
is
from
that.
Pharaoh, right?
Yeah. So we went for the Pharaoh one. Oh, I think we did
and do you
have
know what I
it
can just
in.
show?
I think we did have it in an older game.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it.
Do you remember where the blood splatter button is?
I don't.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Camera blood
no, it
splatter.
is enabled. Well, there
Yeah.
you go then.
So you'll be able to turn it off and on at your choice. Someone saw it.
Oh, you saw it. You're watching us,
Yeah.
and we're in front of it, and
I-
we can't see it.
We're too busy. Oh gosh, this has gone very poorly
We're
for the
too
peasants,
busy
hasn't it?
talking. Oh, there we go. No, I can see it now.
Hey! Oh, nice.
But yeah, so this is we got the one from Pharaoh.
Yep.
And admit it, this is something that we know is not for everyone.
Yep.
So it's off by default,
Yeah.
even if you have Blood Pack, and you can turn it on. I personally think it's great.
I mean, yeah, we're getting
I
a
will
lot of
be-
it now, aren't we?
Yeah. Now we can see it. I think
Yep.
it's great.
Yeah. Do you remember? Do you remember like 30 seconds ago where I was like, "Let's just make sure we don't super focus on the blood." And like, what have we done? Like this is
This is all paint.
This
If
is-
anyone asks,
yeah.
we've just spilt paint.
it's their faction tint falling off.
I was going to say, but you can see
Yeah.
all of the factions.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
You can tell that they're different.
Yeah. And you can tell which ones the peasants are. All right, should we boot up over into a campaign save for the Lizardmen? You can talk us through some of the changes.
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right.
Here we go.
We'll stop bullying the peasants for a moment. Right, we'll be on studio camera, so say hello while we just... Don't tell them what I just did. I pressed exit to Windows. You just vamp for time, it's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you don't want me to tell them?
Oh no, tell them whatever you want. Tell them whatever you want.
Yeah, so this is a save which I knocked up this morning.
Yep.
For Lizardmen. I wasn't min-maxing anything, so no judgment, please. I mean, you can judge. I just won't have it. It won't have any impact on me. So yeah,
you're immune.
Yeah, I autoed a bunch, and I played a couple of battles. I had to get this done because obviously we're still working.
Yep.
Doing the rest of the stuff.
Thank you for doing that.
It's all right, but it shows you a few things.
I've got us our save just after that quick save, unless you were desperate to show the quick save. Me or to resolve a quick save.
No, it was just to see whether you could do the battle.
And I
or
did.
not.
So, and I won it robustly.
With an auto resolve.
Hey, you know.
Right, so
we're playing Lizardmen.
We're playing Lizardmen, and we're playing as I call him, Big Maz.
Yep.
So Mazdamundi is, as far as I'm aware, or at least here, the only named second generation Slan in the game. Now, that's not to say there aren't others.
Yep.
But named in the game, there you go. You can actually spawn them, second generation, but they do generally get less powerful as generations go on.
Yep.
Because he is ancient.
Yep.
He's only got one person older than him, and that's Lord Croak.
Yes. Yeah.
And he probably croaks because he's so old.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
But he is the de facto Lizardmen.
Yep.
His faction is actually Lizardmen in the game, and we've renamed it to Hexwattle.
Yep.
So
we've got. I'm not going to call him Big Mads.
We've got Lord
Mazdamundi.
He is massive.
I treat him with respect. So let's say I'm at this point in a Lizardman campaign from the old save, right, from the live game. What's the immediate first difference that you would want to call out here?
That you should start a new game.
Okay.
To be fair, you probably might want to start a new campaign because we'll show you in a second, but a lot of the tech tree has A, moved around, B, there's a lot of stuff, and buildings have kind of moved around. But
do you want to start there?
I feel like I didn't really answer your question.
Oh no, I was more ramping up into what's different. So we can start with the tech tree?
Everything has changed at least like 1%.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, we can start with the tech tree. As you can tell, this looks very different from
the pillars.
A big box.
Yep.
And all of it, or half of it anyway, was greyed out because you needed buildings.
Yep.
Now, originally, I was thinking, how do we put this on one page instead of just making two? Because sometimes it feels a bit like a cop-out to have multiple tabs, because then, you can easily segregate it into different groups. But here, I think it just made sense.
Okay, so what are the two? We've got the Great Plan.
So we've got the Great Plan. I love that image.
Yeah,
it's
a really cool
picture. I love it so. Our artist is such a good job. I was like, can we please move the text under the box?
Wow, to make it bigger.
Yeah. Because like they focus so hard on it, but the physical size they can make is only so big.
Yeah.
But they're so great, and like look at that, that's amazing. But so we've got the Great Plan, which is generally speaking your campaign side. And you've got Cold-Blooded, which is generally your battle side.
Yep.
And
so we got that there in the tooltips as well.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking that I did manage to do the tooltips. Okay. So essentially, you've got your spawning, which they're all kind of generally themed. Okay. All the groups are roughly together.
Yep.
The four which require buildings are down the bottom, and they largely affect characters.
Okay.
There's actually one of them which is a bit spicy.
Yep. Which one's that?
Well, I've seen the other three, so it might be this one. You get Stalk for all heroes.
Wow.
And that does mean if you're on a Carnosaur,
a Carnostalk.
Carnostalk. Oh, I should have written that down.
Oh, it's too late. It's locked now.
Copyrighted. But yeah, so we decided that because these are generic.
Yep.
For kind of a lot of characters, we've got to make them cost some money.
Yep.
And have some locks,
right,
because sometimes you still need locks. But the old one is just
very locked.
It was all locked, so no one had the key. It was you couldn't get out, and it was very, very hard.
Me in an escape room.
But it was such a hard early
you.
campaign, and this one lets you go straight into it without being able
You've
to
got more choice, right?
use what. Yeah, I mean, there's tons. I mean, there's 5 options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I counted on stream.
Yep.
People are going to think I'm like
That you can't count.
Yeah.
But you did just show you can count. So
I can't. No. I showed I can count 5. So yeah, we got each of them.
Yep.
About the campaign is. I like the campaign one because there's so much that we've done in the game.
Yep.
Because Lizardmen are essentially a base game faction which have had more things added to them.
Yep.
So they haven't really had a Warhammer 3ification.
Right, I get you. You've used that term in the blog as well, I believe.
I've used it internally since I joined.
It's your middle name.
They need Liam Warhammer 3ify Newman.
There you go. That's what they're going to call you now.
That's what Warhammer 3ify. Oh, LW 3ifyn is coming. But no, I think it's really important that we bring some races up.
Yes.
Because there's a lot. I've seen a lot of chat about balance and a lot of people wanting. Oh yeah, but it's great they're adding cool stuff, but there's obviously balance. But ultimately, cool things are cool.
Yeah.
And the reality is, you can't give someone something and then take it away.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we give, shield breaker to every ranged unit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, having little bits of spice.
Yeah. Especially where it's flavorful, right?
Exactly. And I think I've done that a lot here.
Okay.
I haven't pushed the boat out.
Are there any particular ones that? So I saw people asking if there's like new attributes or mechanics on any of the texts you'd want to call out.
So, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a lot of people like the Spawnkin attribute. So, what I've gone ahead and done is made an upgraded version.
Okay.
So, if you want to go to the cold-blooded and then. Am I going to forget my own work? I think it's under innate zeal. It might not be.
Okay, you talk. I'll find that.
It's in the bottom left.
Oh,
I'll point.
Yep.
Okay, it is here. Okay, that's good.
You do know that.
Right. Okay, and it's literally just a slightly better version of the existing one because a lot of people liked this, and it felt like you should have a way to passively upgrade your units over time.
Yeah.
Because skinks often feel a bit left out.
Right.
Because they're tiny and they don't really do much in the late game.
Yeah.
And this, it's little things that can keep them going.
Yeah. Luckily, they've got their own little.
Yeah, they've got their own little thing now. It was a line, now it's a box.
Yep.
So
Big improvement for them.
Well, make it chunky.
Exactly.
That's what I've gone for here. And again, Nakai's tree is different as well.
Okay.
So we can always hop into a Nakai thing. But yeah, so Lizardmen, big tech tree changes.
Yep.
Like I said, everything was at least number nudged, but there are new effects.
Yep. So
Spawnkin, you've got, I think, one of the capstone campaign ones.
Okay.
Is pretty neat.
In here. I also noticed Nerve Rage Fred. Do you know the streamer Nerve Rage Fred? He famously absolutely hates horizontal scroll bars. And I see we've got a horizontal scroll bar that is that far. So I feel like this is a personal attack on him. And I think he'll very much enjoy that.
I don't want him to take this the wrong way, but I was not thinking of him at all when I did it.
It's every time I see a horizontal scroll bar, I think of the call I had with him. Where he was so like, get rid of him.
But yeah, so if you open up text and then go to the campaign, it's one of the capstone ones. I think it's determining the old plan. Sorry, determining the great plan. Here we go. So Temple Citadel regions immune to climate.
Yep.
It feels weird that the oldest race hasn't learned to adapt like at all.
Yep.
They're like, no, we've been here for ages. They don't just sit in Tesco.
Yep.
They go out and do everything.
Yeah. And this is the great plan is to become immune to climate penalties.
Yeah, you've got to further the plan. I mean, ultimately, these are not the best beings in the world. I mean, I am obviously incredibly biased.
I'm getting a bias from you.
Oh, wait till we get to 2 gigs. It'll go off. But no, so I'm incredibly biased here. But I think this brings them up to a good tier.
Yeah.
And then a bit more.
Yep.
I mean, if I was to score the faction, like on my enjoyment prior to this and after, Lizardmen go from like a sort of 5.5 to a 7.5, if not higher. I mean, I'm quite critical being in QA. you've got to be self-critical, and this is my own stuff. So,
Well, then
I
for
think
me,
it's a
it'll
good
go
thing.
from
Go from what 0 to 10.
Hey,
how do you rate it before?
I won that battle with an auto resolve. So where would you want to go next? I've seen a lot of people asking about the spawns.
Yeah, so let's do the blessed spawnings. Essentially, there has been so much feedback, literally since its inception,
Yep.
of blessed spawns back in Warhammer 2, that the missions are a bit random,
Yep.
slightly tedious, bit kind of all over the place, mixed bag.
Okay.
You either get lots of one mission or lots of the other, or you get none of the big ones.
Yep.
And while that's fine in principle, to actually get enjoyment of it, it doesn't kind of ring the bell.
Okay.
It doesn't get it going in a campaign, and you can go a whole campaign with no blessed spawnings. So what we've done now, the missions now no longer give you access to blessed spawnings.
Yep.
You always have access to them.
Okay, and I'm seeing a little...
Yeah, so you've got spawning sequence, which is the resource. You get that from rites, sacrifices, and
Commandments.
I think Nakai's are called rituals.
Yep.
I mean, in the back end, they're all rituals anyway. But it's essentially you get them from there. There you go. So you get 100 spawner sequence, and in the tech tree, there's a way to increase the amount you get from all of the commandments. So you only get, I think it's 2 for tier 1 geomantic, 4 for tier 2, 6, all the way up to 8.
I did also, sorry to interrupt you, I had someone ask what a temple citadel is. And
it's literally the top building. I was thinking of a way to name it, and typically we would use the building name, so that's why I put it in there. If there is a better way, let us know, because I was thinking the exact same thing. But yeah, it's a bit kind of bit of a good resource, really. And that was largely, I mean, it was something I was thinking of a while ago, but it wasn't something that I could, because I was busy doing the other stuff.
Yeah,
it's not something I even fleshed out. And it was something that we are kind of like the tech to implement it was getting worked on anyway. Yeah. So we were like, yeah, let's do it. And then Will managed to do all of this. Yep. So big props for him. He managed to get all of this in.
Any of them in particular a favourite for you? I've just asked you to pick a favourite child by the sounds of that.
I like stegodons, and that's not just because they're pretty, but they are amazing. But
nothing wrong with loving flaming
fruits. But I'm a big fan of the salamander.
Okay.
So I love.
And I can see you've got a few blessed spawns within your armies, right?
Yeah, I've got a few. I've got a lot of hunting packs. But that's it. They're brilliant.
Fantastic. Then anything else? I'm just trying to keep conscious of time. I'm trying to do the maths in my head. You couldn't come to 5. I have to do 2 hours minus certain sections. I think we've got like 5 or 6 more minutes to talk about Lizardmen if there's anything
on Lizardmen.
Like.
Okay, right.
Yep.
No. So what we'll do is if you open up the building browser,
this is the only way I know how to get to it. I hope that's not a weird way. Go for it.
I'm not going to say I'm disappointed.
That's fine.
But
I know the things I know.
We're here now. Yeah. So
maybe we'll go to.
Next one. You can right click on a building if you wanted to get to it. Easier. Instead of pressing the button.
Oh, okay. Anyway. I was right clicking. Anyway. Like, what is he talking about? What have I not learned?
Just spam right click. No. So essentially, what we've done here is a few of the buildings have moved around. The units and which rank you recruit them have moved around. So stegodons, everything's kind of everything's gone around. Hero recruit rank and capacity. Yep. It's kind of a theme, and we'll keep doing it because it's a real positive. Yep. You get capacity, recruit rank as tiers go up, and then it increases. Yeah. Lizardmen didn't really have that, so it's now more equal. Yep. You've got some conditional effects as well on some of the buildings.
Any in particular you'd want to?
That one's a good one.
Oh, what a find!
So it unlocks a building for the hero, but also when you've got the tech Elder Wisdom, you get plus research rank.
Okay. So ways for them to synergize, and it's kind of like unlocking the true potential of that building, right? When you've got the tech. Yeah,
exactly. And again, that's per building, so you can do it everywhere. But we've added more public order buildings. Yep. Or sorry, control. So now you can have them in minors more.
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah. So this is another one. It's a bit left field.
Yep.
It's not. I decided that you can't give everything to everyone.
Yep.
Because then everyone goes, "Oh, this is so OP!" Ah! And I thought, right, let's skip that.
Yeah.
Let's make it conditional.
Yeah.
So let's make them work for it. These
Yeah.
lizards, they've got to work for it. But yeah, so it's all kind of been rebalanced,
Cool.
and you get 2 Dreadsaurians now at tier 5
Oh, nice.
instead of 1.
Yep.
You know, they've got a few around. Can we quickly drop into Nakai? I know we've got 5 minutes.
Let me hit us on studio camera just while I swap over. Just in case I hit exit to Windows again. Why is that button right next to exit to main menu, you know?
Where was it going to be otherwise?
I don't know. Have a button that says, "Josh, are you sure you want to do this?"
But what about people who aren't Josh?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, right, so we've got Lizardmen.
Yep.
If we can just hover here, a lot of the effects have changed as well.
Shall I get us up?
Yep, let's go for it. So some of the faction effect and lord effects have changed.
Yep.
Nakai now gets immune to trespassing,
Oh, yeah.
and that is largely because Diplo spam, oh my lord,
Oh, yeah.
is a big problem. And if you're playing a horde faction, that's the last thing you want. So it's definitely a user experience thing rather than, oh, he needs this because it's going to unlock this. It's just making things just that much better. Like I said, they've all had
Could
slight
call it
changes.
a quality of life update. Don't give me that look. Any others worth clicking on?
So they've all kind of changed quite a bit.
Okay.
We have removed a little bit of the OP. I think Big Maz did 50% upkeep reduction for Temple Guard. That's now 30. Just good that their economy's just changed a bit. Can't stay that OP.
Yeah.
Tic Tac Toe has been buffed a bit. So is his item.
Yep.
He's still not perfect.
Yep.
But he's getting there. He's now got better access to everything that the other Lizardmen do. So just quickly hop into Nakai and we'll just quickly show the totem tech tree, which someone told me just looks like a T.
Okay, well, T for totem.
T for totem.
There we go.
There you go. T for tech tree. Or T for T, I like T. But yeah, it's a bit fun, Nakai. It's different Lizardmen.
Some people were saying they wish they could hear Alberic's voice. I mean, we can click on Alberic, but he's...
I could do an impression.
Okay, we're in game.
No, I big love for Alberic. He got the glorious charge update and the trait rework as well. So
Oh, it is? Do you know what?
Don't say it's a T.
If you had,
mate.
no,
Don't say
but it's
a
like
T.
it's like scale, like balancing scales. Scales. I wasn't trying to do a pun. I can see the disappointment in your eyes. It's like scales.
It's not disappointing in my eyes. It's there's nothing behind them. So essentially, there are more techs which require his resource.
Yep.
But it's better now because it's all spread out. Guardians is the broader name of what we call words coming brain Temple Guard and Croc Skulls together. That's what we have always classed them as.
Yep.
So he gets pretty much all the benefits that Lizardmen do, but in his own hoardy way. And it's all changed a bit. A nice little bit that the UI art team has done as well. The image for Sequence of Prowling is a different colour to the one that the other Lizardmen get.
Okay.
It's a minor thing.
Yeah.
But it's just a bit... It's enough.
It's a little bit,
As soon as he said, "Oh, I could do this," I was like, "Yeah,
absolutely."
So there's some pretty cool stuff here.
Yep.
Can you just type "wound" in the search? I don't think they've got it. No, that's fine.
Okay.
No worries. But the base game Lizardmen, i.e., not Nakai, so everyone that isn't Nakai, there's a technology which removes wounds from Dreadsaurians.
Okay.
Because big and powerful, stay big and powerful. You know,
story of my life. Okay.
Yeah. So we can go to Tomb Kings.
Yes, we are. Let's move over to the Tomb Kings. Right. We're going to be big heads, and then we're going to load up with some skeleton heads. We did load the save. It should work.
Yeah.
The caveat, of course, is that you've made these saves for me on a different build. So there's always
this one I actually nicked from someone else.
Okay.
We're
3 degrees deep now.
I'll admit I didn't do this one, but I have played so much Tomb Kings in the last few months. It's been ridiculous. I didn't enjoy the first ones because that was before we did all the changes.
Oh, but now you've made your version.
yeah, that's true. I guess it is for my playstyle. So we are Khalida.
Yep.
Now Khalida starts at war with the Lamian Sisterhood.
Yep.
And there are some diplomacy penalties with those, so can't have peace with them.
Yep.
And when you play as them, they are a stronger faction against you. Their potential is up. They'll survive longer.
Yep.
And they'll expand more.
It's a bit more of a duel now.
Yeah, you probably could have the Lamian Sisterhood come up against Khalida.
Yep.
And I really wanted a Khalida save here to highlight, but because she had a kind of sucky situation in life, because she's in the corner, and she has to either go through mountains,
over here,
go through mountains, or go through jungle.
Yep.
So she now no longer takes swamp or mountain attrition for her army.
Okay.
So she's got an easier start there, and then also all the other Tomb King stuff as well.
Yep.
But her faction effects literally slap.
Yep.
Or punch through, I guess.
Okay.
So if you want to hover over the faction effects at the top right, the banner.
I knew that one. Don't you? I know my bits of UI.
Look, I'm just saying horror.
You're just saying you saw the Chaos Dwarf stream.
No, I don't think I'll ever be over that, but I am over it. So essentially what we got here is through her dedication to Asaf, bows. They are better.
Yep.
So now they penetrate and they've got better armor piercing.
Oh, nice.
This is for all armies. It's not just hers. It's all of her armies. It's not just her own army. She is. I don't think Tomb Kings can get sick, but she is sick.
Yeah.
Like her effects are awesome. We haven't left DJ Cartep alone either.
Yeah.
He's got his own stuff as well. Not quite like this, but there's some bug fixing and all of this sorted as well. You will have to play battles. They're obviously not going to... They're no match for dwarves in auto-resolve, as we know, but we're looking into that. But you can have a lot of fun with Khalida. Yep. I mean, I've played the first 10 turns like 5 times in the last couple of weeks because it's just so fun.
That's fantastic.
So the biggest thing is... Oh, I don't know.
Where do you want to start?
Well, we'll start... Well, I saw you... You keep moving the mouse.
Where are we going to go?
I'll tell you what. You pick, and then I'll say something else.
Should we start with the...
Technology tree? No,
yeah.
no, go on.
That's what I meant.
So, we've renamed Dynastic Legends from Legions of previous name. I can't remember.
Legions of previous name, yeah. That's fine. It's all about the new now. We don't look back.
Don't look back in anger. No, the thing is, it's just because it's been like this for me for a long time, so I genuinely can't remember. But essentially, the RR units, they're still there. But now you obviously have confederations.
Yep.
Now, one of the things I do want to pick up on, which I did see the community mention about quite a lot, is why can't Cetra use confederation through this panel for Kartet? Why is it only Khalida?
Yep.
We do need to have them separate. So that's why there is a difference there.
Yep.
But, you know, if we get enough feedback on it, we can always maybe look at readjusting it.
Okay.
But as it is, they need to be separate.
Yep.
So we're doing it like this.
Cool. That's a hefty cost as well.
Nothing's free in this world.
No. Don't know.
Their money is better.
Yep.
And then you've got Canopic Jars. It looks like a lot, but the way you get Canopic Jars is different now.
Okay.
So you get them from kills in battle.
Yep.
Now, it kind of works. There are a lot there.
Yep.
There are a lot there. So, Tomb Kings, I don't know if anyone's aware, but they've got penalties in the game to make them more thematic, i.e. you get less money from battles and all of this.
There's only so many. You've not got pockets to put your coins in.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to do it in between the femur.
Exactly.
Is the femur the leg or the arm?
I don't want to know.
One of them. You put it in between one of them.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure it's the leg. Anyway, you've got to you got to stash
We'll
it somewhere.
be told if we're wrong.
Yeah. Someone will go, "Oh, I'm a biologist."
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got all these other ways you can get them. You can get them from landmarks, rituals, all of it. And battles are great. And you can increase the amount you get from battles from skills.
Yep.
So you get, if you open up skill tree for, we'll do Khalida, so we have to move less. So you've got skill tree here. If you hover over Canopic Jar Hoarder, so you'll see how you get an innate amount, and then you get an increase to the amount you get post battle.
Yep.
So you do get an increase there, and that is a bunch. You can get loads of them, but the whole economy of them has changed a bit. Yep. So it's kind of all caught up. There are some really cool things.
Okay.
So we'll go back to the Mortuary Cult.
Are we trying out some of the different tabs?
We can.
Okay.
Not the banners.
We can't do the banners.
We can't do the banners, but we'll do on this one.
Yep.
Just want to say the army capacity.
Yep.
All of like behind the back end.
Yeah.
It's changed quite a lot, so it now actually scales. Every time you get an army capacity, the cost increases, which was already in, but it's now the same every single time that it increases by. So it will feel better, and you can get them quicker.
Fantastic.
If you go out to the heroes, so you've got these here. Each of the heroes, they've got resource buildings.
Yep.
And the resource buildings will, some of them provide benefits to the specific hero. Yep. Or to something in the faction. Like Marble does armor for constructs, for example. Yep. I think you get armor piercing from iron, something like that, and then it all kind of melts together. So the resources do matter more than just this panel. So yeah, let's go to buildings because you're here.
I was going to look at the resource. I clicked on it for the resources just to see if it.
Not Obsidian, right? So
have I clicked the one that?
That's right. So if you want to go onto a building and then right click it.
Are you doing that so that I don't go?
Yes, I am. Please do it. Thank you. So we've got.
I'll get there.
That's right. To be fair, I had to be shown this, and it was really sad. I was like, "You're kidding." So the unit caps have changed.
Okay.
Not enough to go, oh yeah, let's just spam all this unit.
Yep.
But enough to make it a little bit different, so you keep playing and you keep using better units.
Yep.
Rather than. Sorry, Matt, I'm going to turn my phone over. Thank you, Evgeny. So basically, you get unit caps and they're slightly better.
Yep.
If you hover over the Ushabti one, the second building. So you see how you now get 2 here, and you get 1 for the bow, before just 1.
Oh, yeah.
Tomb Kings, Tomb Scorpions.
Yep.
Can now be built or the building can now be built in minor settlements.
Oh yeah, I see.
It didn't. 3. It was a change that we made in Warhammer 3.
Yep.
From Warhammer 2. It didn't translate well because, again, they weren't Warhammer 3ified.
Yeah.
They need the Warhammer 3ification. So this is something, and the fact you get 2.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of Scorpions.
Yeah. They're like crabs, but with tails.
The game audio is working. I just heard a Tomb Scorpion.
Yes. Yeah. So you get these here, and something I've also done with Tomb Scorpions is I don't think it's going to affect them massively, but their splash attacks I think was 4.
Yeah.
But in Warhammer 2 it was 5. Nothing in the animation has changed, so I've bumped it back up to 5.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. I don't imagine it will do a lot, but against infantry, they'll certainly be better.
Okay.
Now, God, you go around a lot.
You know what?
Let's stay on the build. Come on.
I just like to click on things. You know, I was going to look at see if you had a Tomb Scorpion so I could see the stat. That's what I was going to do. I promise.
My mum. She'd have words with you. She doesn't. When I do it, when I click, she goes, "Oh, you're too quick."
Yeah. Okay. Look,
do you want your problem fixed?
I will mouse over whatever you ask me to mouse over.
So, tier 4 constructs.
Yep.
Now, each of these provides anti-corruption, and then they're going to have so much better. Oh, you saw a little bit of spice there. Let's go back. Go back onto it. So here you go. So you do get a resistance from having the tier 5.
Yep.
Now, this is a big thing because they are missile magnets.
Yep.
They're massive.
Mm-hmm.
They're massive.
Yep.
So of course they're going to get shot. They get hit by everything.
Yeah.
And ultimately, 1% missile resistance or ward save on a higher Titan.
Yep.
Because it does change per one.
Yep. I should say higher Titan.
I have actually fixed this because someone showed me this earlier. I was like, oh, you're no way.
We'll pretend it's it.
Just imagine this says ward save
Yep.
for higher Titan. But it's not massive.
Yep.
But if you make 20 of them, yes, you have 20% ward save. Yep. But ultimately, 20% ward save on something which is huge, it isn't actually a lot.
Yep.
So it's definitely something that we can kind of go with from there.
It's a little bit like the Cabal was. It's about, if it's something you want, you can build up towards it, right? And you can make it part of your campaign of, I'm going to get massive physical resistance to my war.
Yeah. So in the same theme of buildings, can we go to Lamia, please? I'm just imagining like a spammer chat now as I go to Lamia. If it's up here on the right, it's where her starting pos is.
Oh, there you go.
It is that helmet there. There you go. So, if you want to open up the building tree...
I will do that very easily.
Did you right-click?
I did right-click.
Oh, go on, Josh. So, as you can see, she has 2 landmarks here.
Oh, yeah?
Now, one of them we added where Shadows of Change.
Yep.
Do you want to guess which one it is first? I'm fine telling you.
Yeah. Do you know what? Let me look at them and then I'll see. Oh, but now I've spoiled it. Oh, go on, you tell me then.
You've ruined the surprise.
I've ruined it already.
Fair,
I was like, I'll work this out.
Guess.
I was like, you've made this a challenge for me.
To be fair, I did ask you to
You
guess.
did.
So if you want to hover over the landmark that we've added.
Yep. Yep.
So basically, can't do a pyramid in Narnia because it kind of is one. It's got its own complex.
Yep. Oh, it's blocked by the camera. Hold on.
Oh no!
Hold
no
on.
way! Oh, all this cool
Look at that
stuff.
Look at that backup camera.
Oh, backup camera. No way. So now I do want to specify the perfect vigor is only for Khalida.
Okay.
So all the other Tomb Kings can get this.
Yep.
But the perfect vigor is only for Khalida.
Yep.
Now it does take 15 turns. And And I think 10k. I might be wrong.
Yep.
I think that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need to add just a little bit of spice.
Yep.
And then get it done.
And it needs 15 turns to harvest the spice, dry it out. I don't know how they make spice. I don't know why I thought I could just make it up on the spot.
I think if this was a spice, it would probably be paprika.
Okay.
But like smoked paprika, because
Okay.
it's hot.
Yes.
It's hot. Or maybe hot paprika. It's spicy
That may be
paprika.
mixed.
Yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, perfect vigor. Something she needs. Regen for all lords.
Yep.
It felt right.
Yep.
Because the restoration ability, which we'll get onto a sec when we go to the tech tree, doesn't properly affect them.
Yep.
And it feels weird when you have a regular skeleton going, I'll get back from the dead. I've been reincarnated. I've been reanimated even.
Yep.
Excellent. Oh, but like my boss is just like sat on the floor over there. And this gets them back in. Now, the vigor loss reduction, I love vigor loss reduction. I think it is completely underutilized, or people don't think too much of it. It is massive. And then in 5.3 we added, I think it was 5.3.
Yep.
We added the UI for the effects of vigor.
Yep.
I think there's a bug where it doesn't show the missile strength, but the rest of them it does show, and people are like, "Oh my god, wow, it's massive!"
Yep.
But obviously, because we've now only just done that, I feel like now's a perfect time to go. Look, you can see that your guys are taking less of a hit now, and it makes sense. I mean, this is where Texas placeholder.
Yeah.
That's fine. But that's what's called, and those are the effects, and that is where rules go to get buried. I think it's brilliant.
That's brilliant.
But
I know you got me. I was gonna say, because I saw a few questions in chat from people asking of a lot of people just so thrilled with what you're showing off, asking when can we play it. So just it's just for you. This is your personal build.
This is my build. None of you can have it.
But yes, just to confirm that we do have a bank holiday next Monday, so that is a slight wrinkle in how we would usually do our deployment setups. So we will. I think Steve's been doing some stuff in the chat to confirm, but we are aiming for next week. The exact day on that week we will come back to.
Yeah. But I'm Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Anything else on here, or am I free to...
You can do it. You can always choose how to progress.
Yeah, but it's if I get shouted at with
I haven't shouted at you
haven't,
yet.
you haven't.
Oh, go on then.
Okay.
Go on then. All right, the books on Nagash.
Yep.
Basically, their locations weren't ideal.
Right.
Again, some Warhammer 3ification.
Yep.
It's something that we had in Warhammer 2, quite far away. With the move of Kartep, each lord can have their own locations.
Yep.
So Manfred, Volkmar, that's why we're able to do that in the future if we get enough feedback on it.
Yep.
Each lord can have their own. You can set all that
Yep.
up. That's fine. We can get that done. But we still want people to go slightly out of the way for some. Now, the books themselves, the actual effects they flick between all the locations. So the
Yep.
first book isn't always in the same place.
Okay.
But
So this is somewhat randomized.
somewhat, to a degree.
Yeah.
But obviously, each of them now have June Restoration. Now,
Yes.
a lot of people go, "Oh yeah, but I don't want. I've just beaten this army. I don't want it coming back." It's only construct units.
Okay.
And a big part of Tomb Kings update was how do we make Tomb Kings better, but not their chaff, like
Yeah.
their base game unit. Because you've got unit caps, we want people to use the caps rather
Yeah.
than just use the free stuff.
Yeah.
Like the skeletons, like the base units.
Yep.
Skeleton warriors and spearmen. So a good way of doing that is increasing the use of constructs,
Yep.
buildings, technologies,
Yep.
and a way for them to get back up so they feel like they're actually being reanimated.
Yep.
And this is a perfect way of doing that. So each book gives you an increased chance and an increased hit points. It's all the same, every single one. They'll give
Okay.
you 3 and 2. So it's total of 5 basically for each
Yep.
one. One of them's chance, one of them's health.
Yep.
And more effects.
Yep.
So unit capacity,
Yeah,
army
that's
capacity for this one.
That's a nice book to grab.
Yeah, another one I think gives you 1,500 canopic jars, so it gets you
Wow.
on the way of a confederation. There you go. It gets you so close
You
to a
do know
confederation.
this patch, you know.
You say that, but
There's still time.
there's still time, and it's just it's coming from the beginning to the
Yep.
finish. Tomb Kings has been a lot shorter window.
Yep.
So I guess I've forgotten less.
Yeah.
But it's essentially what we've done here is the effects. They have been number nudged.
Yep.
Some have had other effects added as well.
Yep.
I did number nudge a couple of Volkmars as well, so you
I
might
saw that
see
question in
that.
chat about Volkmar and Manfred.
But again, Volkmar and Manfred, we can come back to their locations.
Yeah.
But because Volkmar has his own thing,
Yeah.
we want to make sure that we're doing it tastefully, because I didn't just want to move them all around and all of that. We've got to keep some of them in the desert.
Yep.
But we don't want people to just stay in the sand for the whole game.
Yeah.
So we've still kept some out there.
Yeah.
Khalida's got a new enemy for her book. It's on the right-hand side.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, has this person defeated them already?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Oh,
I'm
you're
pretty sure they've got...
joking.
No.
Oh, what's the point? Let's highlight
Let's
this.
just end the stream.
That's ridiculous. Can't get the stuff. Although I gave you
That's
the
exactly
save.
what I was looking for.
I gave you the
I know.
save, so it's my fault, really. But they're over there.
Yeah.
And it's vampire counts. It felt right
Yeah.
that she had a vampire count enemy
Yeah.
in the books. So vampire counts, and it's not one of these like level 1
Yeah.
armies. No, it's got level 9 units, level 6, all over the board. Blood Knights. It's a proper hard fight.
Yeah.
But if you've got like the embodiment of Asaph, you've got proper
Yeah.
strong bows. You
You
punch
made your
through.
landmark building.
You've got the landmark, but you've got regen. You're flying everywhere. It's
Well,
exceptional.
If it's all right, I will quickly just ask you a couple of the questions that I've seen
You go
through the
for it.
chat. So, can you get the books through Alliance?
Okay, I knew this was going to come up,
Oh, yeah.
but I did not prepare anything to say. So, you can't at the moment, and it may be something that we look at in the future. But the thing is, at the moment, it's very much you own the location, and inside there is the book,
Right.
rather than
They're not letting you in to read.
then. Well, it's about, if it's a settlement, it's about claiming
Yeah.
the area and it has the book in.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just left on the shelf, it's on a plinth. It's
Yeah.
like they're worshipping it almost, or it's like a holy relic to
Yeah.
whoever has it. It's not like it's just sat there.
Yep.
And they want to protect it from you. Even if they're an ally, best friends don't have all their, they don't tell
Yeah.
everyone every
No,
secret.
we don't tell each other everything.
I've got time. No. So it's it is something we can look at.
Yep.
It isn't something in, and it won't be in for 6.3.
Yep.
But I think it would probably help.
And I think
for multiplayer specifically, I think it'd be really, really helpful.
Questions have been. But I think as well, it's useful to see what the reception to these changes are before then seeing where those tweaks would be, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the things are. I mean, we've seen feedback, kind of even internally at the early stages where stuff wasn't fully in, and we're like, right, let's just hang on, let's see how it all fits.
Yep.
And then we'll go from there, because it's going to be less of a pivot than you might imagine if we're changing something. Yeah. But something like that is definitely something we can look at, though. Yeah. Definitely.
I can see chat lots of options.
Popping off. It's all popping off.
Buy it through trade. And they've opened a bookstore, one book.
Bookstore, library. We're going to have a library. But yeah, so again, all ideas, all feedback on it. It's definitely welcome. But it will not be changing for 6.3 just because that's just around the corner. It's not feasible.
Dragon.
Yeah, I didn't put that there. I was there already.
Anything else?
Yep. So we'll do the. Oh, go on. Yeah. Go on. We'll do the tech tree. Right, here we go. So each dynasty will cost 250 Knopic jars.
Yep.
That is, I think, a fair amount.
Yep.
Essentially, you start with 100, and then as you progress, like your first battle will pretty much get you 200. So you'll have some left over even after you do your first one. And you can pick whatever dynasty you want. Doesn't matter. If you want to buff Ushabti, that's fine. Go for the Ushabti one.
Yep.
You've got to keep that like independence. And they are slightly themed around the actual dynasties themselves. So some of the effects, if you want to hover over the 6th dynasty. Okay, that was a bad example. The effect isn't showing there.
Oh, okay.
It's got to show vampiric corruption.
Okay.
6th dynasty.
The 3rd dynasty is corruption -5, so you can take both, and you can.
Yeah, you won't be able to equal it. Yeah. But the whole point is, if you want to completely penalize your technology rate, you go for it.
Yeah.
Do it and get 2 armies.
Yeah.
Is that worth it? Is having multiple armies going to be good enough to sacrifice essentially half your research rate?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's tons of like
that research rate -50 is painful then, isn't it?
It halves it. Straight away halves it. There are ways to increase it, but that's just straight away, instant hit. The new ones we have added are the patronage of the X dynasty, and the bottom line. So we've kind of shifted it all around. So if you just want to hover over, go on the Scorpion one. That one. Just an example, typically you would have 1 unit cap of a big thing, i.e. Bone Giant, War Sphinx, Next Sphinx, stuff like that. And then you would have 2 of the other things that dynasty's text affects.
Yep.
I think this kind of solves the problem, because if you added effects to every single... I've been distracted by a comment in the chat.
You keep talking.
All right. Can you highlight the one 4 from the one where your mouse was?
This one.
2 up.
This one.
Yeah. So each of them do one big thing and something else. But some of these do stuff pretty unique as well. Yeah. So a lot of the effects have changed, but all of these have standardized effects for the bottom pretty much for the patronage of. That way you get enough of a bump to just carry on.
Yeah.
Carver traits, which used to provide just a unit capacity increase, now do a unit rank as well.
Yep.
So it's not, there's a lot of going into like each bit is kind of helping it.
Yep.
Where Tomb Kings don't have buildings to recruit their heroes, you just press recruit.
Right. We
had to have a way to increase the recruit rank. Yep. So it felt natural to do that on the actual place where you unlock the hero capacity.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The mortuary cult upgrades don't do that, just because it's just infinite scaling. Yep. There's no way we could do that well. I don't think. But the art of this, again, I think
fantastic.
Across the board, it's brilliant. So if you want to go straight to the first dynasty, I say this, yes, it was. I got the right one. The right one.
Well done.
Right, here we go. So I need to work on the wording because I don't think this bottom one. I think it explains enough to me.
Yeah.
But essentially, the way the Realm of Souls works is your units have to die.
Yeah.
Like your entities have to die, which kind of sucks.
Mm.
But if you get regeneration, then can spawn a new Shabti.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. The problem is, it only went through once.
Yep.
So what we've done in this campaign, or in Tomb Kings, you can now go through it again.
Okay.
And I was thinking, let's do this to multiplayer. But even if we do that, we have to try it in campaign first. There's no way of us just adding it to there.
Yep.
We have to do it in a tech tree, I think. But this is a huge thing. And on Realm Souls, we've also added other units to it.
Okay. Any examples?
Yeah, and I did. Yeah, but I didn't want to upset the multiplayer guys because my initial plan was like the rulebook, tear up the rulebook. That's it. Everything goes in. That was insane. Yeah. So I didn't do that.
We've hit the middle. Mildly insane.
We've done enough that I didn't get moaned at for doing it.
Okay.
And I feel okay. Yeah. So essentially, carrions are now part of it.
Okay.
As are the skeleton. What are they called?
Yep.
Scream catapults. And so are Arkan's units as well, because Arkan quite felt like, here you go, have some units, and only you can buff them. Yeah. Whereas that's pretty much it. They were like vampires plus. Yep. But for Tomb Kings, they never really fit in, and I felt like adding them here. Yeah. You can't get them in multiplayer, so it's not a problem. Yeah. So I think it's brilliant that we can now add them in, and we've got this as well.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, we did a few other things.
Okay.
So if you go to just one of your armies, I think Khalida's already in the stance. She's not. The army behind her is in the stance. Who's that? Yeah, there we go. So you now have turn speed on top of Sandvale. And some of this stuff comes along.
Oh, yeah.
It comes along the lines of, right, when I use this, I feel like it does nothing. Mm-hmm. And that makes me just not want to use it. Yeah. So what is this? What even is this stuff? Like, what is it? So we added turn speed. Okay. Originally, to check it was working, I tried 100%. Yeah. It was insane.
Yep, that worked.
So
made their own vortex.
So so we've basically gone with 25%, because if you're in a vortex, of course you turn quick. Yep. You're not just going to go, hang on a sec. You keep spinning around me, and I'll just spin slowly. Yeah. You spin with it. Yeah. So it felt natural to add turn speed in. Yes, this does mean you can put Unspottable and Stalk on a Necrosphinx. It is disgusting.
And the turn speed.
Yeah. It is disgusting in the best way possible. Fantastic. It's funny, but also incredibly deadly. Because Unspottable is like, you have to be right here. Yeah. And just imagine like a big cat, like a massive cat right here.
I mean, it's thematic, right? The idea of like a sandstorm is what is behind that thing. Oh no.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's my death.
Yeah. We'll address the comment that we saw.
I think they also typed again in caps because they thought we didn't see it, not knowing actually that was the comment we'd highlighted.
Caps. Yeah. So technologies not refunding skill points, not refunding the points. Yeah. If they cost a resource like money or canopic jars, that is fixed alongside quite a few nice things in here. Okay. I will mention there have been a lot of bug fixes along the way in 6.3. When I've been going through, it's like, this is a bug. Let's just fix that. Yeah. So
while you've got it all open.
Exactly. We've got an animation team. They've also sorted the halberd on the back for Tomb Princes.
Oh, nice.
Tomb Kings, I fixed, I think, a couple of days ago. No longer just hold nothing on the screen. Felt a bit weird. No, but it was only a couple of variants, and I think it's turned out pretty good. Loads of bug fixes across the board. And we're pretty excited for everything. Yeah. I can't remember. There's loads of things.
Show off starting armies.
Yes, starting armies. Let's ditch this.
I saw there was some question again about
You've opened a contest, yeah.
About heroes. Hero starting traits. I think I've seen some questions.
Yes. So I actually wrote it down. Hang on, let me get my list up. And tried to ignore the messages that I've had in the meantime.
Who should I be starting as?
You can actually see them all from the front end, so we won't go in. We'll just browse. Yep. But before we do that, I do want to slightly distract.
Okay.
Um,
I'm easily distracted, so that works for me.
okay, that's right. Basically, what we've done is we've gone ahead and re-added some of the older music that we had.
Yep.
In the older games. So that's for
Swapped us over to the other side because they couldn't see the effects. Yep.
So that's stuff like Warriors Chaos, Lizardmen,
Yep.
Wood Elves, and I think High Elves as
Yep.
well. And that's music kind of across the board. It's something that players have wanted for ages, but the thing is, audio specifically, anytime we do an update to audio, you have to kind of upload the whole thing again, reprocess it, and while fixing bugs is more of a priority than the download size, you for a little change every single time, you cannot just say, "Oh, here you go, have a 60 gig update." You just can't do that.
You got to choose your timing.
Yes, there's timing, and this has so much in it
Yeah.
that it felt like the right time to do.
Yep.
So we've done that.
We have. And we'd love to let you hear it.
Yeah. So what I'll do, we'll go through this, and then I'll just speak a bit about the traits, if that's all right.
Yep, that's absolutely fine.
So Cetra, population surplus for newly captured settlements. It felt right that he had this.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it for all of his armies. That would be insane, even for Cetra.
Yep.
But he's got it. His early game is fantastic.
Yep.
So the way you kind of got to do it is you kind of got to go right, down, and then back to save your army. You can do that much better now.
Okay.
And this even helps you kind of mid game, because when you capture, you might have captured a place at tier 3, for example.
Yeah.
But you've just turned one of the ruins into a settlement.
Yeah.
An extra growth point.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Bam,
Makes a lot of sense,
straight away you get to upgrade it.
Yeah.
Or even if you're 1, but it takes 9 turns to get the next point, done. And it makes sense for him to be able to do that. Well, starting units.
Yep.
They have changed. He has his kitty.
He does.
Now, a big reason I didn't get a lot of opposition for this. There was opposition, but we went ahead with it.
I tried to stop you. I did my best.
Quite a few people were kind of umming and ahhing about it, but the reality is they have unit caps.
Yeah.
If we're going to implement a big toy for any faction, it has to be one with unit caps, really. Yeah. It's like a Beastmen. Yeah. You could argue they could get a Gorgon. Don't at me in a comment. We're not doing that. Yeah. Well, we might, but I won't. Not here. But, you know, it makes sense for them to have a big unit, because if it dies, you have to wait to recruit it again. Right. And ultimately, it's a tier 4 building. Takes thousands of gold to do. Yeah. You're in like 30 turns before you get... We don't want people to wait 30 plus turns to use a cool unit. Yeah. But we also don't want to spam them. Yeah. So
I get you.
We've removed some of the units from... Everyone's had units removed. Just the chaff, basically. Yep. And then added a toy that they have back. Yep. Arkans is a bit separate. So we'll go to Kartet now. Hyrule Titan. Made sense. He actually doesn't have that much of a bad time anymore. Yep. Although he's been exiled to figure all the things out for the Empire. Yep. He's still a Tomb King, so he's still got all this going on. So we got Hyrule Titan. Yep. And then he's got a couple of different effects. I wanted to move a few around. He actually has something great in his skill tree. I wanted to put it in tech, but it felt right to just make it more unique. Okay. And give it to Kartet, which is Cathay. Their Jade Warriors.
Do you know what? The weirdest thing is I saw it. I was like, oh, he means Jade Warriors. I was like, but I can't say that. What if I'm wrong? But like,
just go with it. Yeah. The Jade Warriors actually have something called formation attack. Yep. Now, that doesn't mean you like form them up or anything. It means they stay together when they've been hit. Kartet can have a skill which does that for Tomb Guard.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
And it is phenomenal. Yeah. It is phenomenal. I mean, they're the guard. Come on. They've got a guard, not just go, oh, hang on, I'm getting the sandwich. So, magic attacks. He's against demons and nasties up there. Makes sense he has that. So, we'll go to Khalida quickly. I mean, we've already touched on this. Right? Bone Giant. Yep. FLC.
Yeah, for skulls, right? Wasn't it? Were you
Oh,
looking?
no. I meant, are we all right talking about FLC?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Right.
I thought you were asking which specific SLC the joke. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was like Skulls 2021, wasn't it? Like,
please name? No. So it's essentially what we're doing here is we're removing the restriction
yes, we are.
for Total War access, and I think some also had a CA account requirement as well.
Yeah.
So it means that we're able to add a Bone Giant in for Khalida, because now it's linked to Tomb Kings.
Yep.
If we didn't do that, this wouldn't have been possible. Gonna be honest, happy coincidence that happened. It was brilliant. Khalida's I think she's got a much better start now. And then we'll go to Arkan.
Oh.
His setup has largely not changed. The numbers have, so the Diplo relations, it genuinely does actually affect his campaign.
Okay.
His buildings have changed a little, so you get different unit counts with different tiers.
Okay.
You used to only get one Hex Wraith at like tier 3. Felt a bit weird. It's doubled. It's now 2. There's a few things across the board, landmarks, stuff like that. They've all kind of changed. But he gets a Tomb Scorpion now. Everyone has a toy.
Yeah.
Starting armies for Lizardmen, unchanged. Okay. Generally speaking, they were kind of okay.
Yeah.
And their pace was okay. Tomb Kings, their pace was not good. Okay. It was not okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be fair, there is plenty more, but it's a lot of numbers. And
there's just there's so much even in this showcase that we're not going to be able to.
I've just realised I put an entire feature in here and I've missed it. Can we go into a campaign?
Do you want to start a campaign or
just start? Just start. Oh yeah, load up the save. It's all right.
We'll go back to the save. Hold on, studio camera. We're gonna get back to Liam's feature and then.
It's right. It wouldn't be me if I didn't forget something
this is
really important.
You know.
To be fair, even if I wrote it down, I wouldn't have done it. Whilst we're waiting for this to load, and possibly a bit after, because it's doing it really, really quick. The traits that we redid.
Yes.
225, I think, total.
And we're going to go through them one by one right now.
I'm not going to lie, I'm very tired. So like I said in the blog, it is pretty much all the generic ones, bar the things that are upcoming in Total Torment, and Ulbrich. So he now gives glorious charge. Good old Ulbrich. I thought, well, perfect time.
Yep.
So right, let's go to Nehekaran Decrees. John, I just realised part of the reason why I might have forgotten is because this is the first time you've played it.
I mean, man.
So it's over here. It's in the province panel. You had the page open.
I did.
Right, it's here.
But you pointed over here, and I was like, "Oh, have I gone the wrong place?" Like, I swear I know where this is.
I'm willing to take
That's
the
fine.
blame here.
No.
Because I think whatever's happening,
I never want you to have to take blame.
so natural.
You're blameless. You're perfect.
No, I'm far from perfect, but we'll carry on. Essentially, each of these decrees gives you something in exchange for mortuary.
Okay.
So for canopic.
So
jars.
another reason to use those jars, even if they're.
Yeah, essentially, you would want to use these if you've either conquered a new area, or you want to secure one which is miles away, because there's nothing worse than a rebellion happening and you're like 100 miles away. You go, I cannot be bothered to go back, and I'm going to lose that. That really sucks. Wind you up, quit the campaign.
Yeah.
This hopefully prevents that. So you got Garrison Sally.
Yep.
We'll come on to garrisons in a sec. Immediate cash.
Yeah.
Cash.
Yep. You're selling your jars.
Yeah, that's it. Sometimes you have to sell them.
Yep.
And then Iron Grip, no corruption, big research, oomph, bit of control. And this is per province. So you can, if you've got 10 provinces, you can double the base research rate.
Yep. And you were saying, it's difficult for them to get money with that, them being hampered. So being able to it is literally trading wares. So being able to give
it is literally trading wares. Again, obviously placeholder, the text placeholder.
Oh, is it? I'm joking.
Are you being sarcastic with me, Mr. Josh?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we can hover over some of the landmarks as well whilst we're here. Just the landmark icons. We got Cabal. There's 2 there. So if you want to hover over the bottom one first.
Oh, nice nested there.
Here we go. Oh, it's pretty. Joe, when that came out in Chaos Stores, that was a game changer.
Oh, no.
Game changer. So here, oddly enough, this didn't actually provide a capacity increase for Ushabti. It
Oh.
only did it for Ushabti Great Pose, or the other way around. So added that. You get one in Garrison as well now here.
Oh, yeah.
Snipe for Ushabti. Obviously, they don't have Stalk, but you could pair it with the ability that gives Stalk.
Yep.
Brilliant. Cash, recruit time, brilliant. If you want to go over to the other landmark, Mass for Necropolis Knights, something I think they'd be good at.
Mm-hmm.
And quite a few of them others have changed. So, Expendable for Skeleton Spearman. It's often considered not that good of an attribute, but sometimes when you need to spam a unit to save somewhere, like to save a region, it is amazing.
Yeah.
Because then that's it. Like, no leadership. And obviously that's before they go crumbling.
Yeah.
But, Tomb Kings, favourite race from fantasy even back in the day. Apart from vampires. But I'm over that. Eternally sad.
Vampires without the skin.
Well, there's other stuff as well. They're just skeleton.
No, I don't know how the human body works, all right?
Well, neither of us are biologists.
No.
If you open up the rights, they've slightly changed a little bit. So you now get it's slightly different. So you now get more Canopy jars from the incantation.
Yep.
Missions and stuff, they've all kind of changed as well.
Yep.
Alongside with how much they give. I want to say I've got it all.
Yep.
But I might not have got all of the numbers. I believe I have. And they're either doubled, quadrupled, or whatever the relevant thing is.
Yep.
To where you are in the campaign. Overall, the pace of this, I wouldn't say it's that of the Empire.
Yeah.
Because you could just spam 2 lords in the first turn, bam, you get going. But here, you can get a second and a third army within 10 turns if you wanted, 9 turns if you're Khalida. And there are other ways, like the penalties. It's all... I just got really sad when I played the Tomb Kings originally.
And now you're happy?
And
happy.
I'm not unhappy. I'm never going to be happy.
We'll take that.
Until we fundamentally change everything.
Yep.
And put gold paint on everything. No, but it is such a better experience, and I think it's good. I hope everyone enjoys it.
Yeah. Well, as we said, the aim is to have 6.3 out next week. We'll confirm with, I think, solid timings when we know how the bank holidays are going to affect those deployments. I've seen a lot of questions about garrisons and about starting traits, generic starting traits. Anything you'd want to talk about there?
So generally the theme is make them better. And to be fair, I think we'll use the phrase Warhammer 3ifying.
Oh.
To be fair, maybe it's because I put it in the blog. But
you kept saying it over and over.
No, but essentially that's what we did with them, because some of them have been Warhammer 1 traits, Warhammer 2 traits, all maybe new in Warhammer 3. Showed a couple of Bretonnian, Wood Elf ones on there. We have changed generally every one, kind of. Every general trait has been changed, generally speaking, and that is 200 and something.
Okay.
And they are... I don't know one that's worse.
Yep.
I am biased because I did this one, but I did the timekeeper team I don't even remember the name, to be honest. But it gives you time. It gives you the Zinch spell bounce.
Okay. Yep.
It's only one.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not gonna win a battle for you. Well, against 8 clan rats, it might.
Yeah.
But it won't win every battle for you. It's a bit of fun.
Yep.
Thank you, Paros97. For Keymaster, that's the one. See, we got such a great community.
We do.
They just tell us everything.
They know which parts of the bones are in which parts of the human body. They know the names of all of our traits.
But yeah, there is one campaign-wide that we did in here. I got the blessing to do it, so I did it.
Okay.
Is the campaign pacing of everything in jungles really, really, really dragged.
Yep.
So jungles now provide less of a penalty to move through. It is still a penalty.
Yep.
Your games will not feel lightning quick.
Yeah.
But as Wolfheart or Mazdamundi, you'd spend 5 turns going around an inch on the campaign map and looking into it. It's because it's just jungle and it really affected you. Like when you're going near a river crossing, you'd get double hit by that.
Yeah.
So it is reduced, and overall, it is a better experience. I believe. And, our internal report suggests it is as well.
Yep.
And hopefully you guys enjoy it, and you enjoy it because you're clearly going to play it all.
I
now.
actually, Tomb Kings genuinely is one of my favorite factions to play, and I've not
They're
played them in
so
quite a
cool.
while.
So now's your chance. Start a new campaign.
I will
Don't-
now on stream
don't-
for the next 6 hours.
Don't cheat and use this guy's save.
No, I
You
wouldn't.
got
I
to
wouldn't dare.
you got to start fresh. But yeah, I think there's enough for everyone here.
Yep.
Obviously, it's not a rework,
Yeah.
but ultimately, it wasn't going to be 2 reworks.
It's
2
a
reworks
quality
is-
of life update, right?
Yeah, I think. I mean, a lot of people have been saying this is a major patch. I wouldn't necessarily go that far, but it has got a lot in it.
Yeah.
Unusual locations,
A lot of
the
little
trait
things
stuff.
being updated.
Yeah, and the thing is, traits are everywhere.
Yeah.
That is going to affect everyone.
Yeah.
I've just remembered the green skin skills.
Yep. Do we want to very quickly show that before we?
We can show one if you load
Okay.
into a quick Grimgore campaign. Oh, we're going to do an animation again.
Whoa. We'll do a Grimgore, and then we'll go back to Steve to quickly
Yeah.
do some of the we Reddits, and then we'll close up. Only because I'm aware people will actually have to leave this office at some point.
Yeah, it's dark outside,
It is.
or is that just because the curtains are shut?
Well, I mean, yeah, we never know what they don't let us know what the time is out there. All right, so starting as Grimgore.
Yeah, so let's just go into Grimgore, and that's just because he starts with the hero that
Yeah.
comes with one. If it's quick, we can always just log into Grom as well because his hero starts with one.
Someone's saying, oh, really want to hear the new audio. Again, unfortunately, the software that we use for streaming has had an update 5 minutes after we started, and that has thankfully kept video. But the update is to the audio section of that component, so we are not able to update it live.
Right, here we go. So on that hero, if you open up their skill tree,
Don't tell me I could have right-clicked on the hero and...
try it.
No, no, I would rather live in denial.
Right, okay, so you can see here, you've got...
Oh, hold on. They can't see us.
Oh, no.
All right.
Technical difficulties.
Whoa, we're back.
Here we go. Right. So you've got Gap Sticker,
Yep.
Glory Stealer, First Rule of Stepping.
We do have voice acting back in.
Joe, I wanted to be an ogre. I thought I would have been a great... Well, the voice for one.
Yeah.
I think I would have been a good ogre.
You turned up at the mocap studio, you're like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
You know?
I brought my own dots as well.
And they're like, we're shut on Saturdays. Stop turning up.
I just waited outside in the rain. The dots all got all wet. Yeah, so you got that. You got the Barking Pack.
Yep.
I can't see the next one to do the voice. Goblin Thinking. Ramming Speed. Right, so you've got all these, and
Yep.
they all provide something different. It's either unique to themselves or for the army.
Yep.
I've
Fantastic.
just remembered I've forgotten another thing.
What have you forgotten?
I did all of this for Lizardmen and Tomb Kings.
Yeah.
You'll have to wait for the patch.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to cover that we can't do it just within 2 hours. But also, we'll at some point later this week, we'll be able to give a development build to some of the creators to start showcasing stuff next week. As you can see, there's still stuff we still need to be adding in, so it's not quite ready for release. But hopefully they'll be able to show off some of that stuff as well. And explore some of it.
I reckon it'll be pretty good. I did see a couple of things about not having the chariot mount in.
Yeah.
I do just want to quickly address that.
Go for it.
We need campaign animations for that.
Yep.
It wasn't in scope for this patch.
Yep.
It was originally something that was by design,
Yep.
but that's more because we didn't want to do something else as well. It was quite unique to have it just in battle.
Yeah.
Obviously, people want them in campaign, but the impact of that is we now need to make campaign animations for them.
Yep.
It is something we are hopeful to do, but there's no concrete answer on if we're going to do it or when. We'd love to, but ultimately, animations are quite expensive in terms of resource because if we do them, it's normally to fix bugs or it's to do new content, like for new things.
Well,
yeah.
Liam, that has been a whistle-stop tour through, and not even all of the content that we've got in 6.3. There's so much, but I think it's nice that I think it's one of those things where because we've changed so many like things that are random or like can randomly happen or like traits, and so it's nice for the community to go out and discover some of them themselves. Nice for the creators to be able to show some of them off. And I say that because we don't have 4 more hours. So
4 hours?
We don't have that.
We've got all of the hours in the world.
We do.
But not here.
Someone's saying, can you tell us what the free units are with this update?
So the theory behind this was we could add one. We could maybe squeeze in 2 units with the patch, but ultimately that would have ended up in kind of disconnection.
Yeah.
The benefit of us being able to do blessed units is while we're aware that it is less work and it might not feel like a free unit because it's just the same one with a new skin and slightly tweaked stats and abilities, it is definitely a free unit in the sense of it let us do stuff to make it better. For example, the blessed spawning system, that came about because we had more time to do that.
So it unlocked a mechanic there, really.
Basically, it let us spend more time on that. And the quantity, while we do want to do quality units as well, if it is basically just a shader that goes over a unit and some stats, it means we can do quantities. And it made sense to do blessed units. We couldn't do the red crested skink because that is a blessed unit in itself. So we can't do a blessed unit.
Double blessed squared.
Double blessed squared.
Go back to the drawing board and restart these.
I'm no artist, as every UI artist who I have given my briefs to will attest to. Can you make it look like this paint.net drawing?
But I think you, as we've seen, you can appreciate great art, and that is...
I can appreciate the art we do.
Exactly.
I have been to the Louvre, but it was lost on me, some of it.
You were like, where's the skinks? I don't...
Yeah, where's the Lizardmen?
Well... Thank you so much for joining us, Liam. There've been a lot of questions. We haven't been able to get to all of them. We've tried to get to the ones that we've seen popping up a lot. There was a question of, did you buff the lore of Nekikahara?
That one, so largely speaking, there hasn't been actually, believe it or not, but prior to us talking about this, there hasn't actually been much chatter on that. So it didn't necessarily fly under the radar. But in the data that we look at and the people talking about it, it isn't something people think is broadly is necessarily that weak. That is largely because I believe there are other laws you can pick for them. I do think it is weak, but that will likely get picked up in like balancing. Because we do balancing periodically. That would be the time, I believe, that would be best to do that.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Liam. If everyone can give a big thanks to Liam for joining us. Hopefully not the last we see of you. That makes it sound like you're going to be like kidnapped as soon as you leave the room.
I am going to a hotel tonight, so it is possible that someone will just duffel bag me.
Well, you know, I've paid them quite a lot of money, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But thank you so much for joining us, Liam. We are going to go back to Steve now to talk about some of the Reddit and forum comments that have been made over the last month, and we will start wrapping the stream up. But thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. See you later.
Right. Hopefully Steve is ready for to reappear back on screen. Steve, are you ready to come back on screen? Okay, I'm going to throw us into the shared presentation. Steve, you are hopefully back on everyone's screen. Hello.
It's been 84 years.
Steve, I am so sorry for accidentally pressing the wrong button, and I think
it's been 84 years.
I think I flashed like a second of your face halfway through that stream.
You did, yeah, and I wasn't prepared for it. I should have been aware so I could shout something really quickly.
The fun thing is, before this stream, we both joked, "Oh, I'll do that as a joke." Yeah. But I did not.
How do I follow that up? How do I follow that up?
So...
I've never seen such enthusiasm.
Well. I don't know either. I mean, I can feel the ravage of time taking effect on me. So...
I know, but come on, I was not going to get involved in that. That was such valuable content.
That was incredible.
And Liam's enthusiasm for what he does really shone through. So, big round of applause, virtual applause for Liam there for his work.
He's given me a thumbs up and ran away. So I'll thank him when we next see him. We are just
son. The sun has decided, by the way, to move because that's what the sun does. The sun moves around the Earth.
Oh yeah.
So it's now shining through my window, which is why I'm now lit very kind of like dramatically.
It just goes to show how much of a
It's been 84 years. The sun has exploded. Yeah.
Well, Steve, this is one of the we're going to hit the
first
post.
TFE, it was a joke. I didn't mean it.
But I think this is something you touched on earlier. If you just want to reiterate a little bit.
Yes.
So the post here. What do you think is not accurate anymore regarding Tides of Torment?
Before I get on that,
go for it.
I have something to say.
Oh.
Thanks everyone. You're all wonderful. No, that is true. But a lot of people have been asking about the audio related things.
Oh, yeah.
So like Ulbricht's new
Yep.
voice lines, that kind of stuff. What we're going to aim to do, and no, it won't be immediately after the stream due to time constraints, but what we're going to try to do is throw together a little video that shows them off, so we can
Fantastic.
put that out to you hopefully tomorrow. So we will show you this stuff. We just unfortunately can't do it
Yep.
on this stream, but check back tomorrow. Keep an eye on our channels and like the Discord server, which Freeman can pop a link in the chat in a bit for the Discord server. And you'll be able to check that out.
That's fantastic. Do you know what? When I had the audio issues, I nearly went, maybe the social team can, or like maybe Steve can get those done. And I was like, I'm not going to throw Steve under the bus live. So I'm glad you've thrown yourself under the bus.
Yes, of course. No, we will make that happen. That's fine.
So to talk about some
yes.
of the, just to recap on what this section is, for those of you who've not seen it, we read it. We read it. We read what you guys write online, the forums and the subreddit. We go there, we read those things, and we have our own responses internally, and we want you to be able to be part of that conversation as well. You start that conversation, you deserve to hear the end of it. So the first one of these is from the forums, and that is over to you, Steve. A post about Tides of Torment saying we've said in the previous What's Next videos, what we've said in those possibly isn't accurate anymore. Some of it, all of it, it will vary, I think, per feature, faction, whatever. They're asking if we will come back and kind of update them of what has changed.
Yes.
There we go.
So the next What's Next video, as I mentioned earlier, we'll be following on after patch 6.3.
Yep.
So like we've said, patch 6.3 is scheduled in for next week. That's our aim. The day is still being locked in, but
Yep.
it will be next week. So after that has gone out, we will then be looking to post the What's Next video as soon as we can after that to give you the next kind of chapter of information for Tides of Torment. That will include High Elves, of course, and a deeper dive into that, as well as some clarification on what has changed since the previous What's Next videos, because we understand that things have shifted slightly. So stay tuned for that. Keep your eyes out. Whether that will be next week or if it will be the following week, I'm not sure. It all depends on the day that 6.3 launches. But basically, keep your eyes out for that stuff following. Then
we'll move on to the next from the forums. This was a poll just asking if people wanted unit caps in single player. Really interesting responses here. So I took this internally. I had a few discussions. And I think what it comes down to is unit caps is a big discussion, and it is something we're aware of. And there is a lot of discussion either way internally. Like a poll internally on this would probably maybe have similar results. But as you can see, even on this post, 58 saying yes, but actually 42 are either saying no or and if you look at the comments, some pretty big caveats or concerns. So I think what I vibe I got from the discussion was it's not something we're ruling out. It's just not something that's like an immediate concern like Sieges has been. So, and if we did something like this, it would be optional, which is why the focus at the moment is more on the core feature set than on stuff like this. And even right now in the comments, you can see a big diversity of opinions of people saying absolutely yes, absolutely no. And that's why it's not something that because it's not something that the entire community's kind of rallied around as this is something that we need to be doing. Then we need to be a bit more cautious with it. Right, on to the next. We read it. Steve was very insistent that I change the name of the slide for the Reddit section, based on feedback from our last rally point.
I want to see if this is better for you guys. I liked your feedback last time that it should be we Reddit and the name Reddit.
Yeah.
Josh met me in the middle and put a hyphen in it because he just likes to be difficult. You learn that through working with him, after a couple of years.
And you are writing a review for me, aren't you, Steve? So.
I am. Yeah, I'm working on that. All of this is going in
unprompted,
so that's great.
as well.
I'm just why not?
So we're not really going to talk about these. I just put this slide in to say there were a lot of memes. So
yes.
What I've done is I've dug beyond these to find some of the gameplay posts to discuss. So the first of those was about the Siege rework. So I did read about that earlier. But Steve, I think you had a bit on this one.
Yeah. So there has been a lot of feedback that we saw in the survey about destroyable wall bits and things like that, but I don't think I don't think it was quite as kind of widespread as some of the other feedback that we had.
Yeah.
Like it was it was something that we did mention, and it has been added in as feedback for this survey, but it's not one of the crucial things that we're going to be looking at, compared to some of the other core mechanics of sieges. There were some creators, I think, as well, that mentioned the same thing. So don't rule it out. It's something that will be looked at, but it's not going to be something that's going to be one of the kind of big things being looked at. But of course, those... we will still listen to your feedback on this stuff.
It's one of those interesting things, I think, where like the number I got for this from the actual like survey was something like 1 to 2% of responses mentioned this. But then on Reddit, it's like one of the top posts of the month. So making sure that we're able to hit kind of the balance there on what feedback we're acting on from the people who have absolutely played that beta and given their feedback there, and this is what we need next from the Siege beta, because it's a lot easier to upvote something, I guess, than to write like an entire page of feedback. But that means this is still a lot of people who've said this, so we still have to take that into consideration.
That's the thing. It's like, if you look at the amount of upvotes on this post, like compared to the amount of pieces of feedback, like you've just mentioned, like this obviously shows that there are people out there that agree with this sentiment. And maybe we need to do more to be promoting these betas and getting them out there and getting more people involved in them so that they can actually give this feedback to us directly, because that's what we're trying to do. And that's what I think we've been able to achieve with the Proving Ground so far, is opening up a channel for you to give us feedback on a specific topic that is going to go to the right people. It's going to be seen by the right people, because every piece of feedback that comes through on those surveys is read. Okay.
And again, it's it's not like we don't agree with something. If we disagree with something and that's why it's not implemented, it's a case of the prioritization of what's the most important thing to the core experience.
Yeah, for sure. So by all means, as I say, don't write it off. But and these kind of things, like these kind of posts on Reddit, as much as they weren't part of like the beta feedback system, they are still seen. We do have people that look at this kind of feedback, so it does get through to the right people.
Even people like us putting it on a live stream.
Exactly. There we go. Yeah. So, and obviously all of our colleagues are obviously watching this live stream because they're all supporting us, right?
Well, you are.
Yeah,
You're watching.
we'll find out.
So there was next up a discussion about the geomantic web. I think Liam discussed this quite a bit earlier. It was, how it wasn't the focus of this, in that the feature is outside the scope of what this patch was. That we went in looking to do these smaller updates, and I think, as we've shown, like a pretty expansive set of changes for a lot of factions. But it was a top post, so I just wanted to make sure that it had its time, and so that we saw it. We've addressed it as much as we can during the stream as well.
Yeah, for sure.
There was meant to be a post here that isn't here about unique maps. So there were a few of them on Reddit. This isn't so and so. This is so and so. And I want to say, firstly, it's so fantastic to see the mods that create those specific locations. And I know they're very popular in like mod compilations. It would take a lot of time and resource, and I imagine quite a lot of IP discussion, for us to then create like the lore accurate version of those maps. And this is after discussions with devs, because of just getting their perspective on this as well. From their perspective, it was, you would then have a single location on a massive overworld with a ton of effort put into it, but you could then hit that with a doom stack and auto resolve. So the philosophy so far has been, when it comes to resourcing map designer time, that the priority is on creating maps and spaces for areas that are most frequently fought on, or commonly fought on at least. And that doesn't mean that we won't ever add, because we've got some unique maps, right? We won't ever go back and add more of those unique maps, but the focus at the moment has been on widening the map pool generally and increasing overall variety, rather than adding too much that's ultra specific. But like with the unusual locations, we know that the ultra specific flavor stuff is really loved. It's just that we want to hit a certain level of variety first before we would look at that.
Well said, Josh.
Thank you very much.
Well said. I have got additional quick thing to say, which is, as we have run over at 5 o'clock, the newest of our Total War 25th anniversary little things has gone live. You can now get a special Total War Rome wallpaper from the CA Community Rewards. Freeman should be able to pop a link in the chat if you haven't been over there before. But yeah, there's a nice little wallpaper that we've just given away for Rome. There will be more following over the next coming weeks for our other titles as well. So make sure you stick around for that kind of stuff in the future weeks. But yeah, that is now available for you to download and shove on your desktop.
Brilliant. And I will go and do that. I think I've got a Total War Arena background on this PC because it was the first thing that came to mind for me to search on Google.
Yeah. I've got the Shogun one on mine at the moment because I love it.
Are you going to update it with every era?
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Well, speaking of the eras, what a fantastic segue. We will end this stream just quickly chatting about what we've got coming up next. So obviously this has been Total War Rally Point. For those of you who have only just caught the gist of it, rally points are where we come to you guys with what we've got coming up and a bit more of just an open discussion of what's going on and what you guys are chatting about. Next week, we have Total War 25 live, and that is going to be a Couch Commanders. It is me playing Rome and then Rome 2, so an hour of each, and we have some of the original developers. I really recommend anyone interested in Shogun 2 catching the last Total War 25 live. I found it absolutely fascinating, like hearing some of the stuff, the stories of working on that game, but also some of the details of the game that otherwise, I don't think, because at that time we didn't have like a lot of streams when Shogun 2 was out, right? So some of those details that otherwise would have never been shared. And then lastly, that Friday, you will see me again in the Total War Eras Clash. We had the first round of this, round 1, last week. It was very fun, really fun to stream. It is me streaming from home, so expect a little bit more jank. It'll be Rome Remastered. The competitors are going to start training from next week, so you can see them getting ready. And that'll be Jackie Fish hosting with me. A lot of people say I sound like Jackie Fish, so maybe we will sound...
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I can just be quiet and he can do the whole thing and I'll move my mouth every now and then.
Yeah.
But yes, that is us for this month and this week and this rally.
Yeah.
Steve, any final
So,
thoughts?
like, if you missed the blog that we put out yesterday for 6.3, you want to have a little read up on this stuff that's coming on top of what you've obviously heard from Liam and Mitch today, then you can check out the blog. Freeman is on duty with the links again. Look at that, straight in there. It's in the chat if you want to check that one out. Also, keep an eye on our socials and our community channels. So obviously we've got the Discord server. The link is in the chat as well from a little bit earlier, as well as obviously our socials and things like that. We've got lots more 25th anniversary stuff coming up in the coming months, really, because it's a big celebration for 25th anniversary. With some extra little giveaways, some more retrospectives. We are looking back. We are championing our older titles. We're looking at the legacy that that's led us to where we are as Total War these days. It's just a nice thing for us to do, I think, looking back at these titles. There's the little things that we're giving away are nice little tidbits, like the wallpapers, things like that, and the content we're putting out there is just nice stuff to watch if you're into those games. There's no, I've tried to temper the expectations here. There's no massive updates coming to these games, no new content, things like that. It is just us
exploring the legacy,
looking back and celebrating our history. Yeah, exactly. So keep an eye out for that stuff. The What's Next video, the next Total War Warhammer 3 What's Next video will be following after the launch of patch 6.3. So that will either be later next week or the following week. We are confirming that. It all depends on patch 6.3's release date, but we will let you know as soon as we have that. The patch notes will, of course, come out before 6.3's release, so you can get the full list and full changelog of all the little things and little bits that are coming. What else is there to say?
Doing a fantastic outro right now.
Yeah, I know. You know what? This is all just stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
I've made no notes here. The last thing I wanted to say is a big thank you to everybody who is in the chat, who is tuning into these streams so far and has given us such positivity. It has been really, really lovely and empowering for us to see such positivity from you guys with the way that we're communicating with you and endeavoring to give you this information. It's really good. I really love it. Josh, well done, and thank you to you for all of your hard work with these streams as well, because you've been absolutely smashing it. And I think it's important to call that out because I know how much you guys don't see the amount of work that Josh puts in behind the scenes here. But he basically delegates it all to me. Makes me do it all.
And then I claim all the credit at the end.
Basically, yeah, that's exactly. So yes, we love you, Josh.
Thank you, Steve.
And I love you guys in the community. Thank you for being there for us and being there with us throughout this.
On that lovely note, that brings us to the end of our Rally Point Live. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As Steve said, if you want to be notified of when we're live next, follow us on Twitch, subscribe to us on the Total War Live channel on YouTube, or both if you're feeling like you really want to catch us. And with that, we will see you next week.
I'm going to go fly off into the sun now. So
goodbye, Steve.
Peace.
See you there.